What?
All right, good. So we're live. And you never know. Oh, I'm getting a call. Okay, so we're live. We're playing some BX Dungeons and Dragons. We're starting a new campaign today where we're going to use I'll flip it up, the module here as our base. Anomalous Subsurface Environment. So this is kind of it's BX. Well, it was made for Labyrinth Lord, which is basically BX Dungeons and Dragons. It's taking place kind of in the future. About 4,000 years ago, there was a major cataclysm, and that's all people call it now. They don't really remember exactly what happened because a lot of the tech got destroyed in books and such. So it's more been passed along. This happened about 4,000 years ago. They don't know exactly how long ago it was. And before that, there was a lot of technology, and that's starting to, in the last like 100 years or so, starting to be on the rise. There's actually a church or a cult, as they call it, a cult of science, who has been for the last 1,000 or so years keeping. They didn't want science to progress because they feel like it's like their religion and they don't mess with it. But lately, there's been some progress, and the most notable thing here is this land, this world, is ruled by what are called wizards. Most of them reside in some kind of a tower, but those towers could be as simple as, a wooden structure in a tree, all the ways to a big elaborate fortress. These wizards aren't magic users, as I mean, they probably are, but and straight up magic users, they're generally something more than that. So that you'll be interesting, and you'll probably encounter some as we go through things. So, but the major thing here is that most of these wizards enslave the people. So this world is very harsh, and if you're living near one of these towers, typically you're working for the wizard or you are a slave to them. There's a lot of kind of wilderness in between the towers where free people live, and you guys have somehow met each other or whatever, and you're in the vicinity of the city state of Denetix, which is strangely enough run by this wizard who is kind of liberal. I mean, they still have slavery, and there's still kind of a force of warriors that will beat you down randomly or take people for no reason that you can find. But compared to other wizards areas, there's really a lot of room for growth here. So people, adventurers, tend to flock to this area if they can, because of the fact that they're not as controlled by the wizard. That's probably what brought you guys here, or wherever you originally started. But currently, you're in the small town of Chelmsfordshire. So Chelmsfordshire is about a day to a day and a half's travel to Dintix, which is the big city around the tower. It's kind of a crappy town. It's supposed to be a farming town, but it's mostly full with a lot of people that are drunk and like to fight and probably make their living in more illicit type ways. But it's one of the cheapest places to stay, and you guys are kind of out of cash. There hasn't been a lot of work, so you're in this what passes as a tavern called the Muddy Cup. You're crashing in the back room for a copper piece a night on the dirt floor. But currently it is the daytime, and I guess I'll go through everybody in this. This group is going to have essentially two characters. One's their main character. One is a henchman. We're just starting right off the bat with that because this can be a fairly deadly system. I guess I'll just go down the line. You guys can tell us a little bit about your characters. You're in the Muddy Cup. You're kind of drinking a little bit with the last of your funds, figuring out what to do, and you can give us a little bit of background, and then we'll move forward. So I'll start on my left, which was Mikey. Tell us about your characters.
It's always me in your games. So I'm playing as my main character, Vera. She's an elf, and she is usually wearing some more sturdy kind of armor. Right now she's sitting in the corner of the common room, and more or less half in her arms, half sleeping, is a pretty beautiful young woman, clad in robes and such, and she's my henchman, or maybe she has other duties to Vera as well. And she's a magic user, and she's not highly intelligent, however that could happen. And that might be the reason that she's following Vera actually blindly through all those yeah adventures and such.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so elves are actually a little bit more rare in this world too, so they're probably a sight to see in this town. There's actually 2 elves in your group, I think. So Rush, tell us about your characters.
No.
Muted. He's muted.
Rush is going to tell us very silently about it.
Yes, very silently. So the main character that would be there is a young lady known who goes by the name of Yershova, and she pretty much stays dressed in black silks. She's kind of a diminutive woman. She's not very big. She has what would appear to be an Asian-looking face. Tends to be very quiet and reserved, and keeps very much to herself. But upon casual glance, you'd notice that she spends a lot of unusual amount of time watching, almost to the point of staring. But she definitely tries to be very observant. And with her is I guess a helper or bodyguard type individual, who appears to be, while she's dressed in fine black silks, he appears to be dressed far more, I guess, primitively. Leathers and canvas, things like that. It's bearded, bald head, carries a sword and a shield. Appears to be a fighter type, but not very heavily armored. And they converse back and forth, but for the most part kind of just keep to themselves. She does keep her face covered a lot, but not like she's trying to hide herself. When it's time to eat or if she needs to speak quietly, she'll remove it, so so that you can see her face.
Okay, so she doesn't have to keep her face hidden.
No. She just typically, when she's wearing, like if she's to go outside where it's cool or whatever, she'll keep her face covered or whatever. But if she's going to engage in casual conversation, she'll pull her cowl down or whatever.
Okay. Very nice. And Tony.
The first person that you see sitting at this table with the others is a human male that appears to be about 6'3" or 6'4", and he's probably almost as wide as he's naturally muscled up, and he's wearing these almost hide-looking clothing, leathers and stuff. It's covering up this hand-pieced together chainmail that he wears, and this very large wooden shield that is sitting next to him. And right now, he is taking this big mug that he's used this last copper piece on to buy this big mug of ale, and he's just glop, 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 and it's just running down this full, thick beard into his beard. And speaking of the dirt floors, he's used to living in the dirt and the ground and in nature, and the dirt's probably covering in part of his hair and across part of his face, and his beard's mixing up with his mug of ale, and he slams it back on the table, and he looks over towards this very diminutive looking silver colored elf that is sitting next to him, and you will notice her eyes, a piercing blue eyes that just offsets this silver looking hair. And you'll notice these type of jewelry that she wears on her face and all up and down her arms and her hands, and she's a very quiet person. But the man known as Bane Tomor, he looks towards her and he goes, Silver Flame, let me have your mug too. She says nothing as she hands her mug of ale to him as he starts to gulp it. And I am playing Bane Tomor, the primary human fighter, and his sidekick, known as Silver Flame, an elf whose name in Elvish is probably too hard to pronounce and too many secrets goes with it.
Nice. And last but not least, Marcus.
Yep. So panning over, you would see this man who has a mask kind of lifted up just enough to drink, and that would be Grayson One Eye. He's a thief. Typically carries a short sword and a couple daggers. Wears very neutral colors, a hooded cloak, leather armor. But he's sitting there kind of sipping on his drink. He's been spending quite a bit on drink, but drinking quite slowly because he doesn't want to keep his wits about him as much as possible. Because he's always kind of looking for the next score, as he is chaotic. And sitting next to him is a pretty beautiful girl named Tracy. She's a fighter, and she's wearing chain armor. She has a long sword, a shield, and she's not drinking, but she would be probably coaxing on her less charismatic leader, for better or worse, to keep spending the money on the drink and such. But she's sort of his bodyguard in a sense. She's much stronger than him, much more charismatic, and she really thinks she should really be leading the show here, but she's staying quiet for now. And yeah, that's basically Grayson and Tracy. Nice.
So yeah, so you guys are drinking up your last tankards of ale and trying to figure out what to do when suddenly the door busts open. There's only about maybe two people in this place, and they kind of look. The bartender looks up a little bit, and these two men come in. They're wearing chain armor. They've got weapons, and at first maybe you start thinking, well, maybe they're going to come in and attack or something. But they say we're protecting caravan, and it was attacked by Mohtars. We need help to save the merchant.
Seems you didn't protect it enough then.
Grayson laughs at that.
So they kind of look around and they see that nobody else is kind of paying any attention as well. But since you actually talk to them, they kind of walk up to the table and they say in a low voice, "The merchant is likely dead, but there was a very heavy chest as part of this caravan."
Do you know where they went to? And Vera slightly pushes Melalea away from her, and that's when she actually now wakes up. She didn't even hear the people coming in.
Okay. Yeah, so they look and they say, well, I know where the caravan was attacked. It's probably, we were running really quickly. It took, 45 minutes to get here. But we could bring you back to the area, but there was at least a dozen of them, so we'll need your strong arms to help.
Cowards.
He kind of glares at you, but then kind of backs off, especially seeing how big you are. And he says, "I'm Terry. This is Phil."
Maybe soon rich cowards.
No, they won't get the riches. We will.
Well, we should at least share a little bit, don't you think so?
Listen,
Little.
where this
That's just the word.
We're thinking equal share here.
Well, you see, there seems to be more of us than you, so yes, equal sounds good.
Yeah, divided equally amongst all the people here. That's fine with us. Hold on. Well, we should get a bonus though because we know where it is. We get 3 shares between the two of us.
If we don't go with you, you will end up with absolutely nothing. Maybe you should reconsider.
These people over here, and you see a couple of like drunks in the corner. And
don't even look at you, and I interrupt him before he can even finish his sentence.
Well, prove your worth, and you'll get equal shares. How's that?
I'll look over to Bane, and I wink.
He steps up from the table and almost flips part of the table as his knees bump the table up, and he goes, "We are ready to prove."
Great. It's been a long run for it. Let me get a drink first. And they kind of like walk over to the bar and they get a tankard of ale. Each they kind of drink it down, pretty quickly. Not super quick though, while you're kind of organizing your stuff together. And they come back and they say, "We'll be able to track them back, so we can take our time getting back there. I mean, we don't want to, you know what I'm saying."
Before they come back over to the table real quick, Bane's going to look at Yoshola and go, "You know people better than I do on what's inside their minds, don't you? They're kind of uneasy fellas, aren't they?"
Well, I don't, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not much of a mind reader. But one of the things that concerns me is these men, did they say they were protecting a caravan? And things from the caravan were stolen?
Yeah, that's what I got.
So now they wish for our help to retrieve the items, and then they wish to keep them for themselves. What about the people who own the items in the caravan? Do you not think they will come and seek their belongings?
I didn't think that far ahead. And he just starts looking around.
I must be careful with decisions like this because, the gods can see everything, or at least some of them can.
Well, if we're going to help, I'm sure that we deserve at least a kind of payment. And to make it easy, it could be part of the caravan's goods, right?
Oh, absolutely. Just the way the gentleman at the bar made it sound was that they wanted your help to take back the caravan and then split everything up and leave. And I just can't help but think that the owners of the goods of that caravan will want to know what happened to their things.
Split it up in a certain way. We just have to rephrase our sentences as often as needed, so the gods are good or fine with whatever we're doing.
I do not fear Zenith's wrath. It's the wrath of people who've been stolen from, but I will definitely leave it to your wisdom, for you are far more knowledgeable in things like this than I am.
Well, if you two can't cover your tracks, or I guess all of our tracks that way, I'm sure that Grayson he's good at covering up stuff.
Yeah, whenever you say that, he just, puts the mask back down on his face and says, "Oh yes, I can cover things as they need to be covered."
Just so you know, this is again like knowledge that you guys would have. Mohtars are they're kind of like lion people. They're roughly 7 feet tall. They've got like heads of lions, like clawed hands. They are known to be like raiders. Think of them kind of like orcs-ish, like as far as that kind of in a traditional D&D setting. Like they're definitely something that would attack in a caravan. That part you would know.
Yoshova would kind of look over toward her companion there for a moment, and he would look over at her and just kind of nod his head, and then she would look back at the others.
So these guys finish their drink again. They don't like drink it down like 2 seconds, but they don't take too much time doing it. But they're obviously not in a super rush. And they come back to the table and they say, "Oh, are you ready? Shouldn't take about an hour or so to get there, and we can, take care of business." And they kind of look around.
That's good for you because we charge by the hour.
What? By the hour?
Nothing. The way, I suppose.
Okay. They seem a little confused by that. And they.
What he's trying to say is time is our money, so we better go.
Okay. Yes. So they just they check their weapons. One of them has like a flail. Like I said, they were in chain armor, and one has a sword. And they say, "Okay, come with us. We can make haste down the road, and then when we get closer, we can maybe be a little more stealthy." And they start off towards down the road. Now because you've come from that direction that if you're going to the east, that would bring you back towards the kind of basically the more civilized lands. They're going west, which is bringing you out kind of into the forested area that's a little bit more wilderness-ish, where people go to explore, and or if you were heading to like a different tower of a different wizard or something. So they're definitely heading out, but you are on a road. So it's not a heavily patrolled road, but it's definitely a road that like caravans and stuff use. So yeah, they'll lead the way. And if you don't want to do anything on the way, it's going to take about an hour to get there. It's the middle of the day, so there's really nothing much going on.
The only question I have is what kind of season are we in here?
Okay, good. Yeah, so it is actually the spring.
Spring. Okay.
Right. So it's I mean, if you're taking like the weather that I base everything on, because I'm in New York, like northeast weather, so it's probably like the early spring, so it's a little bit cold at night, but during the day it's not cold at all.
Pretty pleasant. All right, cool deal.
Yeah, so you guys are headed out.
Are we going on foot or horse?
Do you have horses?
I don't.
No.
They don't have horses. They don't have anything.
Oh, okay.
They ran from they escaped. They'll tell you from the fight. They don't have anything but they don't have backpacks or anything. Like they literally just have their weapons and no shields, like nothing. So yeah, they kind of lead the way. I mean, it's literally walking down the road. And after about 45 minutes or so, they say we're probably getting close, and they stop, and you guys are kind of looking around. And if you look over the treetops, you can actually see a little bit of smoke coming from the probably ahead of you, maybe like a quarter of a mile or something. What do you guys want to do?
Smoke from a quarter mile ahead?
Yeah, maybe roughly a quarter mile ahead. You can see smoke coming up over the trees. You don't hear anything. There's definitely not any like loud sounds that are super obvious right now, but you definitely do see the smoke.
Yershova would sort of look toward Bane and Vera. Defer to them.
I guess I've only, known the way of the blade, so unless someone has any better idea, I guess we just proceed on.
Let's have him get a look. I point at Grayson.
Yeah, he turns back to the rest of the party as they're talking and says, "Yep, I'll take a look. I'll go ahead."
Cool. Yeah. Or so you're going to go. Is everybody just going to stay a quarter mile away, and you're going to walk a quarter mile by yourself, or are you guys going to get a little bit closer? Like
maybe we should get a little closer, right?
Yeah, maybe within I don't know, 50 yards or something.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you get within about 50 or so yards, and you get close enough that you can't see anything yet, but you feel like you're going to see something shooting as far as like going around a corner. And the rest of the party stops. Yeah, like I said, you're kind of on a road that's used by caravans and people who travel between the towers, which is not that many people. So the road's a little bit old, but it's definitely like it's an ancient road, but it's still used, and it's a little bit windy. So yeah, you move forward, being I guess careful, do as quiet as possible, and you actually you kind of come around a corner and you can see two wagons. They're on fire. They're mostly smoldering now. They look like they probably burnt away mostly. You see a spattering of bodies on the ground from this distance. You can't, see how many unless you walk closer. And you're maybe like 25 yards away at this point. And you don't see any horses or anything though. You just see the wagons that are burnt. They obviously had horses at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And you see some bodies on the ground. You don't see any combat going on though, nor do you see any people walking around. If you spend a minute or so just waiting to see.
Could I get closer and maybe see how fresh it all is, like the bodies and stuff, or if there's any fresh like hoof prints or something, or
sure,
just any indication that there were more people recently?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, so you're gonna go forward and check that out. Crystal, when he gets back to the party, you can join. So you move forward and you see it looks pretty. I mean, it's on fire still, so it looks pretty recent. You can see the blood is not too coagulated. It's basically it's happened within the last few hours for sure. You do see three what appear to be guards because they're in armor and they have weapons near them. That are some of them. Two of them look really bludgeoned, and one of them looks like he's ripped open, probably from the claws of these creatures.
Right.
You also see a woman in her like 40s, a human woman, also dead. Again torn open, and you see three children, probably the oldest one being maybe 12, 13 years old, and they're mutilated.
How finely dressed is this woman and the children?
They're in traveling clothes, so they're not like in fancy dress, but they're definitely not like old traveling clothes. From what you can see, the parts aren't torn up. If you look at like the areas, they're not like worn out.
Mm-hmm. And are there any value, like any goods lying around, backpacks or anything?
You don't see anything. Roll d6.
Okay.
See if there's anything extra, anything good here.
A 5.
Oh, nice. No, I mean, you see like maybe there's like 10 copper pieces scattered across the ground in various areas. And you definitely see the guards had some weapons. They have some two of my short swords, and the other one has a spear.
Mm-hmm.
They're wearing chain armor, but it's two of the suits of armor are okay. One's completely destroyed. Like I said, the clothes are pretty torn up, even though they look newish. But nothing looks super valuable. Just a handful of coins. Like if there was any jewelry or anything on people, it's been taken off.
Okay. Well, I'll shout back to the party. Nothing valuable. This is a ripoff. But they do look kind of fresh.
Okay. So before the party moves forward, you guys are waiting to hear from your friend when another friend or two friends from the town have caught up with you. So we'll just mix Crystal in now. Crystal, these guys have been following this path of towards a caravan. I guess you don't really know why because you weren't with them, but you followed your friends. So you're approaching them as they stop on the road and one of them move forward. So who do we see marching towards the group?
Leading the way is this rather large red-headed woman in full plate mail armor. She's wields a sword on her side, and she's carrying a shield. Has another shield slung over her shoulder, and she's talking to this. In comparison to her, I mean, like just really frail. This really frail girl, like. She looks like, even though she's, you could probably place her like maybe in her 20s somewhere, but she's so frail and like so weak. She almost looks like a young teenager. And the redheaded woman is saying to her, "I told you that we should have taken a left. Like, I told you that they all went left, but no, you insisted that we had to go the other way, and that just, we had to run into those guards. I mean, next time, just listen to me." And the other woman is like, you do realize I could kill you without even a thought, right?
Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, so you approach your companions. You're probably thinking they got some kind of job or something because you guys have been looking for work as you approach them on the road. You guys see your friends approaching. Is it Liz, right? Liz and Lucy are their names? Liz is the fighter?
Yes, Liz is the fighter and Lucy is the magic user.
Cool. Okay. So I don't know if you guys want to fill in Liz and Lucy as to what's going on.
I lift a finger in front of my lips to shush them both, and I say, there might be treasure for us if we're smart enough.
So you notice that Terry and Phil, the two people that they're these fighters, so you don't know their names yet, Crystal, but Terry and Phil, these two guys that you don't recognize, they say, "See, we told you the caravan was here. They must all be dead. Let's see." And they start walking towards where Grayson went.
And oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go.
No.
Yeah, it's really quick. I'd say I was gonna have signal to Tracy. Perhaps we have some kind of little hand signal, and just to keep an eye on these guys as they approach the caravan, in case they try to double cross us or something.
Okay. So is Tracy gonna follow behind them?
Yeah, just a little bit behind, not too suspiciously or anything.
Yeah, well, everybody's walking forward. Okay. Cool. Yeah, they move forward and they start looking around. Basically, they start looking at the burnt up wagons and stuff. Little like they're looking for something.
I fill in Liz and Lucy in a whispering voice that caravan was, yeah. I mean, you see it now. They're burning, and that the two guards who had to flee were looking for help, and that we heard the call.
So caravan's been attacked. So have you actually seen the caravan itself yet?
Yeah, the two wagons lying there are burning, and I think there are a few murdered people there, right?
Yeah, there's some bodies. There's about 7 bodies here.
Well, if the wagons are still burning, then that means whoever attacked the caravan is probably close by. This couldn't have happened too long ago, correct?
Yeah, these two guys look at you and they're like, "That's what we said." And also, these extra people aren't getting part of our share. The deal was made with the amount of people we had.
Oh, keep your mouth shut, little man. Don't talk to such a wise woman in that way. By the way, we could just decide to turn our backs on you. What then?
Yeah, I mean, you can try to cut me out of the treasure if you like. You'll be dead hanging from a tree. But I mean, you could try if that's what you want to do.
Out of the treasure, there was a deal made with the number of people that were there. If we start adding extra people, they don't get an extra share.
If someone would listen to my directions, glances back at Lucy. Lucy just gives a "fuck you" kind of look.
I say to the man, "You're still not finished? Didn't you listen?"
We're not going to waste rope on hanging nobody. If it gets to that, we'll just bleed them out with this axe.
I smile.
At that, they kind of looking at you and say, "Well, it looks like the stuff's gone anyways. So I guess that didn't work out so well for us."
You're giving up that easily.
Well,
I guess you don't deserve what fate has readied for you, maybe.
Look, we're just trying to survive here, and that you can see that they start taking the armor off the two dead guards.
Can I check to see if I can see if there are any tracks leading away from this place?
Sure.
Because whoever attacked it would have ran away.
Yeah, you start looking around, and you definitely can see a lot of tracks. They would have told us, but Mohtars were said to attack, and the tracks seem to match that. They're basically like large cat-type feline footprints, as well as horses. Horses look like they ran down the road moving to the west. These tracks of the Mohtars, and also looks like some boot tracks as well, are going off into the woods to the south, and you see that it looks like they were dragging something big, because it's like you can see the drag marks. And as you look in, you can see that like, the branches and stuff are broken. Like they dragged it out into the forest.
Your Shovo would leans forward while the two guys are mucking around with the armor, and just sort of pulls her cowl down a little bit, leans forward and says, I don't feel that these two men are either honest or competent. I would be very wary of them, to be honest. And just kind of pulls her cowl back up over her face.
Hopefully they will go back to town. They said they want to survive. They won't survive out here.
Yes, they finish getting the armor off the bodies, and then they take the two bodies and they throw them onto one of the burning wagons. It looks like they're starting to collect the other bodies, and they say, you got to take care of the dead. And they kind of look up at the sky, like almost like, thinking of like a god or whatever. And then they continue to throw the bodies of what appears to be probably like the caravan leader's wife and children who have been slaughtered. They put all these bodies onto one of the burning wagons, so, to dispose of the dead. And as they're doing that, you guys can do whatever, but that's what they're doing.
So they threw the bodies on there so the bodies would burn with them?
That's right, because they said you notice that they checked the wagons, and you can certainly check them if you want. The wagons look to be empty.
Okay. So when they do that, Yushova would just walk over and just say a prayer over the bodies that are being burned. You can tell she's saying a prayer, but I don't know if anyone goes over close enough to hear what she says, but Yushova goes over and appears to be praying over the bodies that are tossed into the burning wagon.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Bane is with Crystal's characters looking at these tracks and stuff, trying to see what he can see in it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like because of the fact that they were dragging something big and possibly there was like humans. Normally, a cat would be a cat type creature might be a little bit more stealthy, but they obviously have something with them, at least one thing. So the tracks are fairly obvious, going out into as far as you can see without walking too far away from the party. It looks like they go out into the woods, into the west. I mean, the south, rather. Yeah, south. So once they finish, if you guys aren't doing anything else specifically, they take the armor that they took off the body and they say, listen, it looks like there's nothing here for us. Sorry we dragged you out here, but such is the life of an adventurer. And they start walking down the road to the west.
You said they took the armor?
They took the 2 bits of chainmail, yeah.
I'll call at him. What are you doing with that armor?
Well, armor is, we might need it. They're from our fallen comrades.
Ah, good point. Well,
I poke Grayson. What about our share?
well, there's nothing to take. I mean, you want to take a piece of the armor or something?
No, I want to take their money.
I mean, we can stop them now. They're not too far gone. They haven't put on their armor yet,
Huh.
I am pretty money hungry. I spent everything last night.
I mean, they could buy themselves a beer or whatever they had in the tavern. I can't.
It's a good point. Maybe we could rough them up, take the armor, sell the armor, and take their money.
I stare at him and I say, I just want my share.
We might have to take the share. Not offering it.
While you two are whispering about this, Liz is going to whisper, or we could just let them take the armor catch up with the bandits, kill the bandits, and take all the real loot.
True, but do you want to leave those little shitbags with their success? I don't know. I think they need some kind of reminder. You know.
I snap it. Try to get Tracy to maybe start marching towards the guys walking off.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she could do that. I mean, they're by this point, you've been talking, and they just started walking away at, normal pace. So they probably already 25 yards away from you. So if she starts walking towards them, they don't notice. They don't look back or anything. But she can probably hear them just talking, amongst themselves. And they just have an armor thrown over each shoulder. Like I said, they don't have anything like backpacks or anything. They just have one of them has a flail in his hand, and the other one has a sword at his side. And now they each have a suit of armor thrown over their shoulder.
So Yeshova would reach over and sort of tap Vera on the shoulder and say, if you feel like they need to receive punishment, perhaps the local authorities. What was the name of the big city we were in again?
Oh, not again. Come on.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's pretty far away. Yeah, it would be to get back to Denetix would be almost 2 days for you to travel now.
Well, no, I'm not.
The town that you were in was a little shithole town. It had like 4 houses and a bunch of drunks. There was no authority there really.
So on the body that they threw in prior, was there any, well, I guess there would be no. What I was going to say was she could say whoever owns this caravan will be interested in knowing what happened. I'm sure they would be interested in knowing about the 2 guards who conveniently escaped and then robbed the other 2 dead guards and then walked off.
Oh yeah, you probably could go back to the city and try to figure out whose caravan it was.
We can do that in addition.
Yes.
Right now, I'm caring about my next tankard.
No, I understand.
Which is non-existent now.
I will say this though, just again, these are things that you would know.
Since they're arguing about this, I'm going to take out my short bow and I'm going to shoot an arrow at these guys. I'm tired of hearing them argue about it.
Oh God!
You're going to shoot at the 2 guys that are walking away. Terry and Bill.
I hope so, because the only other option is one of us.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what she meant. All right, go ahead, make an attack roll.
Cool.
Probably at medium range.
Okay. Let's see. I get a missile adjustment. So I hit a 19. That's I hit armor class 1, I think.
Okay, so give damage. So you hit one of the guys. I'll just roll randomly which one it was.
Am I the only non-chaotic in the group?
I think
Probably.
So. Oh no, Bane?
Yeah, I mean, chaotic doesn't mean you're an asshole, but whatever. You want to shoot somebody randomly in the back, you can do it.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
What damage did you do?
I'm actually neutral.
Okay. How much damage did you do?
But anyway, I did a total of 3 damage.
Okay. So you shoot one of the guys in the back. You shoot Terry, actually. He screams and runs into the woods. Yeah, both they scuttle into the woods.
Okay.
Okay. He didn't die, though. He was definitely hurt, though.
Yeshova would go, oh, well, now we see what happened when the, crap, what did you say they were called again? What are the lion?
Liz.
No, the lion-headed guys. What are they called again?
Mokhtar.
Mohtars. Now we see what happened when the Mohtars attacked.
I mean, to be fair, there's 10 of you, and you shot an arrow at somebody in the back from 50 yards away. So
Bane has been looking at these tracks still and hearing and seeing this commotion go on. He sees the end of it and sees this guy runs off in the woods with an arrow in his back, and he whistles over at Grayson and motions for Grayson to come over to help him follow the tracks.
Okay, which tracks are you following? The ones from the Mohtars?
Mohtar or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Grayson will go.
Okay.
I'll nod.
When you get there, go. Foolish women, they always have to show off more than us men do, but the main objective, I think, is to follow these tracks. You're usually better than I am.
I was just tired of hearing the other two argue about it. I was trying to kill them. Then we could take the armor. Didn't work out.
Now, where's Tracy at? I guess she's close to the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's you know, she was probably halfway. I mean, she wasn't chasing him, right? She was just walking up to follow him.
Yeah.
I mean, she could certainly try to follow him if she wants. She sees an arrow fly over her head.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Sticks
say.
into one of the guys.
I think she's going to kind of step back a bit as that happens.
Yeah, I mean, they run for their lives, basically.
Right. She's not going to chase them, basically, is what I'm getting at, yeah.
This group of people that have been threatening them the whole time now shoot an arrow in their back as they're walking away. They're not sticking around, that's for sure. So, yeah, you see these tracks. And, yeah, it's pretty easy to follow. I mean, if you want to follow them, you can. It won't require any kind of a check. It is a little bit of rough terrain. So it's going to be like a little slow going, but because they were obviously dragging something very large through rough terrain, you can very clearly see where the path is, and you're able to follow it, no problem. Let me just see if anything, nobody stumbled upon anything in the woods. Okay, yeah, so you're able to follow. It takes maybe an hour or so. It was probably about maybe like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when this whole thing started. So it's about 3-ish now. And you can see that you've been approaching a kind of a hilly area. You know, you can see them pop out whenever there was space in between the trees and stuff. And at this point, you come to what is essentially like a cliff face. And you can see that it looks like there's been basically a tunnel cut, a really clean tunnel too, not like a natural cave, but a clean tunnel cut into the face of the cliff. It's like a classic, 10-foot square opening, and you're looking in. It's dark in there, obviously. There's not a lot of light bouncing around because it's the end of the day and it's on the cliffside. So it's on the north face of you're walking south, it's on the north face. So you can't really see in very far, but you see it goes in at least 20 feet or so before it goes off into darkness. So you're kind of looking into basically a tunnel. And the rest of the cliff wall seems pretty clear. It goes up about 100 feet. So if you were to like try to climb up over it, you'd have to go about 100 feet up. Or you could obviously go around it somehow, but you feel like that'd be a long way. But these tracks seem to lead directly into this cave.
Well, I do have torches. What do you think?
Everybody followed, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. I was just making sure of this.
Hold on, I think I can make our life easier.
Would we know that these Mokhtar, that they probably live in caves or something?
They might live in. They're not like bears. I mean, they're not wild like that. But they might live in this because this looks like a more of a man-made structure.
Right.
But they generally live in camps and in the outskirts of towns and stuff because they're known to be like raiders. They go in, they attack villages and stuff, and they come back out. They're kind of mobile. Where they're actually from is further to the north, is your understanding. And they send these like raiding parties to the south in the spring to raid a lot, and then they go back to the north, in the summer.
Okay. So the entrance is up the cliff, yeah?
No, it's on the ground level. I'm sorry, that was unclear. I'm just saying the cliff is higher if you want to keep going straight, but there's obviously an entrance right in front of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then forget it. Okay.
I just mean the cliff is up. If you wanted to go around it, you'd have to climb a 100-foot cliff to go up over it. If you wanted to get to the side, but directly in front of you is an entrance. A carved entrance. Tunnel entrance is perfectly square.
Do we have a thief that's willing to go check that out?
Yeah, Grayson can do it. I'll volunteer. I'll go ahead.
Sure, what do you want to do?
I'm not going to light a torch. That's for sure. Actually, I'll light a torch and I'll hand it to Tracy. I guess I'll tell her to stay back.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just gonna move. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. How far are we from this entrance again?
Maybe 20 feet or so.
Okay. I'll ready my short bow and
Cool.
an arrow. And if it's okay, I was going to ask. Lucy has 5 bandages, but I wanted 2 of those to already be expired so that they're poisonous.
No.
Okay. Well then.
Because they're not automatically poisonous.
Never mind.
Chance of them. I mean, they can be expired, but they wouldn't automatically be poisonous.
Yeah, but I was thinking like maybe she bought them several days ago or something, but no, that's fine.
What I'm saying is they can be expired, but they're not automatically poisonous. There's a chance of them being poisonous. And you won't know until you use it.
Yeah, but if you waited long enough, there would be 100% chance.
Right, but your characters don't know that. You're using meta knowledge.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know my characters wouldn't know that. Okay.
It's not a...
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna ready my short bow then.
Cool. So you're aiming your short bow. So yeah, so this person who just shot somebody else in the back aims a short bow at you as you approach the entrance. So you can see in a bit, like I'm going in a little bit, but after about 20 feet or so, it starts to get really dark. You're just gonna like put your hand on the wall and just walk in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ease in kind of slowly.
Okay.
Trying to keep my wits about me.
All right, yeah. So you're moving in, and you have your hand on the wall, or you're just gonna walk in the center.
Walk in the center. I'm not gonna touch the wall.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Yes, you're walking in, and you definitely feel underfoot that it's like well hewn, so it's definitely a man-made structure, as noted. And how far in do you want to go?
How far in can I see?
You can see about 10, 15 feet in, and so you know it goes further than that. So if you walk just out of the light, you'd be about 20 feet in.
Okay, I'll walk just out of the light and see if my eyes adjust, if I can see anything, before I'm gonna head back out and maybe signal everyone that it's so far clear.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, your eyes would adjust. I mean, you know, after a little bit. So you wait a minute or so, and you can see that actually you're just almost at a T intersection. You can't see that clearly, but you're kind of like, you know, you see like little bits of movement and stuff, and you can see that there's a while there certainly was drag marks coming in here, you know, because they were dragging something heavy. There's lots of like debris and stuff on the floor that look like from the forest, like dirt and leaves and branches and stuff. It doesn't look like it's like it's well maintained, I'll say. Though you can't make out too much, but it looks like you're got another 10 feet or so to go max, and then you'd hit a wall, but it's because you're pretty much right at a T section. So you went about 20 feet in, and it's opening up to a T that goes to the right or to the left.
Okay.
But you don't see, so you can't really, I mean, your eyes don't adjust well enough that you can see really far down the corridors. You can just see that there's corridors, you know, in either direction, because it's pretty dark in there.
Am I hearing anything?
Let's see. You're a thief, right? No, not really. I mean, you hear like some scraping and stuff from the branches that are on the ground, kind of blowing around every once in a while with winds. You know, there's some wind current going on.
Right.
And you can probably it smells a little bit like animal in here, like not necessarily like shit, but like maybe like wet animal. Like it definitely has that smell about it.
Like wet fur, or like wet,
kind of wet fur, like, you know, lingering,
yeah,
like almost like an animal lives here, not so much that it's wet right this second.
Okay, well, with that knowledge, I'm gonna, of course, quietly walk.
Actually, probably does smell a little bit like shit.
It does. I'm gonna walk back out and check my feet as soon as I have my shoes, bottom of my boots when I get outside.
Yeah, they seem clean. I mean,
Okay.
there's dirt and stuff on them because like you walk through this. But But mostly what you encountered was just like branches and crap on the ground.
Okay. It's almost disappointing. I was hoping maybe I can identify them with some shit on my boot. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit on your boots, interestingly enough, even though you did definitely smell shit.
right. Well, I'm gonna go back and just explain to the rest of the party that on this T section, left and right, it smelled like wet dog almost, but also like kind of shit. But I couldn't quite, what it was.
A dog just ran by Rush's camera just as you said that. Yeah.
All right. So, do you think it's safe to have light in there, or? I mean, if they're living in the dark, they can probably see in the dark.
Yeah, it was completely dark in there. My eyes adjusted a bit, but I couldn't see very well. So whatever it is, yeah, they see better than we do, I bet.
Do we have any dwarves or elves in the party? Anyone with infravision?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
how is Elven sight in BX? I tend to forget.
Yeah, it's infravision, but it's this is it's like a little different in there. It's wide spectrum vision because there's some other kinds of things that go on in this like sci-fi scenario. But basically, it's like infravision. You can see different spectrums of light, so you can see in the dark.
Okay.
Like Predator.
Nice.
I say I of course can see in the dark, but what about you then?
Well, we could send in the group that can't. We could bring the group in that can't see in the dark too well first, and you guys could follow behind us so that our light won't interfere with your eyes.
I nod and I'll look to the other elf. What do
She
you
looks at
say?
you she looks at you in almost a whisper and goes, "Yes, it is best that I stay close to the back of the party. That is where my specialties always come in."
Yes.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
Liz is gonna say, "Hey, Lucy, how about you light up that lamp, and I'll take point." And she's gonna reach. She's gonna put her bow away, and she's gonna reach back on her belt pouch and pull out a hand axe and ready your shield.
Cool.
I guess lamps don't come pre-filled, so she's going to use a flask of oil to fill it. And yeah, she'll light that, and she'll stay about 10 feet behind my character or so.
One question, Daniel, from what Marcus's character would have seen, is the interior of this cavern, is it wide, or is it pretty wide where two people can walk abreast, or is it going to be tight fit?
It's 10 feet wide. It's
Okay.
a 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot.
Okay.
It's definitely a man-made structure, and it's you can do two abreast if you want. Sure.
Yeah, hearing that, then Bane will do the same. He's going to excuse me, take out his shield, ready his shield, and have a hand axe in the other hand.
Okay. Nice.
Does he want to go in with me so we could each hold our shields up together? Kind of like blocking the way for the people behind us or whatever.
That is a very, very wise idea. You must have read in a book. I will do that.
Okay, so that's your front line. You're going to go Liz and Bane.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what's the line behind that?
Do
you want your
like I said, I was gonna.
You want your henchmen right behind you, or you want them two people behind you?
I want them to be behind me. As long as they're back enough that the light can still go ahead of us, so we can see.
Oh well,
if Lucy has a lamp.
In order for infravision not to be affected, they would have to not be able to see the light at all. So that you'd have to be
Oh boy. Okay.
as soon as they can see it in front of them.
I was talking specifically about my first companion. I was thinking the first group that was going in. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, because she has a lantern. Yeah, lantern is 30 foot, so she could be right behind you if you want, or she could be. The further back she is, then the less forward you can see in front of you. So if you want maximum,
yeah, I would say Yeah, I would say let her be about 10 feet behind us so that we could still see about 20 feet out in front of us.
And wasn't Marcus, wasn't your character coming in with the torch, or did I
Rush with the
misread?
torch, yeah.
Yeah, Tracy has the fighter has a torch. Yeah.
All right. So do you want Tracy up front too with the torch, or you want the Tracy in the back with the torch?
More up front, I think.
Okay.
She's pretty strong.
Put her in the second row then. So Tracy,
Yeah.
and then the third row is going to have the Lucy. I'm just going to keep this marching order unless you guys decide to change it in the future. So once I mark this down, this is what we're going to stay at unless something changes. And then if you go into a single file, I'm just going to move people in behind each other. Okay, so second row. Who else has? Does anybody else have somebody that wants to be in the second row? Wants to volunteer? Rush. Does any of your characters want to be in the second row? Or Mikey?
I can do that.
No, I want to stay with the other elf and keep my henchman in front of me.
Okay, so you're gonna be in the back.
Yep.
Okay.
I got 2 characters with shields, so I'll
All
take
right. So who do you want in the second row, Rush? Do you want Donnell or Yeshova?
Well, probably your Shova and then Donnell.
Okay.
She's actually harder to hit.
Sure. Okay. And then I'll put Donnell behind because that's so basically right now. And then that leaves a big party here. And then I guess Grayson. I'm assuming Grayson's like near the back unless you need to move forward, right? That's your plan?
Yeah, he'll kind of hang in the back.
Okay. And then Silver Flame. So the 2 elves are in the back. Silver Flame and hold on, who else is an elf? Vera. Why am I missing one character? I have an empty hole here. So Liz Bain in the front row. Then I've got Tracy Yeshova. Then Lucy Donnell. Then Grayson and who's the other person? I don't know. There's a magic user somewhere, right? No, that's Lucy. Who's the
Yeah,
other-
mine is in
Oh.
front of me.
No. What's your? I'm trying to find you. Sorry. Oh, yes. Thank you. Melilia. Yeah.
Melalela.
Melalela. Okay, Melalela Vera. Okay, so again, Liz Bain, Tracy Yeshova, Lucy Donnell, Grayson, Melalela, Silver Flame, Vera. Okay, so that puts Melalela right in front of Vera. If you go single file, then I'll just you can choose either Liz or Bane to go first, and I'll just intersect people like a zipper. But you can make that decision when the time comes. Okay, so you're all set, ready to go after all that. Torch here.
You said that it was like 10 foot.
Yeah, 10 foot wide, so you can go 2 people, unless somebody has a pole on.
Yeah, Liz is in full plate, is in plate armor.
So the only question I have is, as we go into the entrance here, which direction are we going? Like,
Yeah.
for mapping purposes, am I going east?
Okay,
west?
so yeah. So you're okay. So you're actually going. Yeah, you're going west. Let's just do it. I'll just keep it the way, even though it's not actually right the way I did it, but whatever. West is fine.
All right.
We're going west to east. So you go in. I'll move you to the exact spot that Marcus's character went, because you know it's safe there. So you go forward 20 feet, and you're standing basically in front of you is a 10 feet in front of you is a wall, and to either side is a hallway, and they're both 10 feet wide.
So it's a T. All right.
Can we see down either one? Like,
Yeah, sure. When you kind of lean forward with your lantern, if you take the lantern, because obviously the lantern is in the hallway, so it can't go around the corner. So if you take the lantern from her for a second, and you go like this down the hallway, you can see that in both cases the hallways go about 10 more feet, and then open up into small rooms that you can't quite see into all the way. But you can see they open up into what looks to be rooms. Actually, to your left, which is to the south, you see. In that room, you see what looks to be the corner of what might be a cage. To the north, you see the edge of like a table.
Okay.
I'm going to hand Lacey back her lamp, and then I'm gonna point up to the north. Bane, saying like I think we should go that way since I see the table.
No, it works.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go north. The two of you, like you're gonna go around the corner and go north. And I suppose everybody's going. Perfect.
Yeah, I was thinking arching around. I was just trying to say. I was just trying to like point north, give the direction I think we should go.
Okay, so here we go. This is where it comes down. Marcus, what direction are you going in? Marcus is the caller.
Yes.
It sounded like north was what they wanted, yeah. So, yeah. Final call, north.
Perfect. All right, so you guys step forward to go north, and the ground collapses underneath you. The two fighters in the front fall down into a pit. Bane, you take 6 points of damage.
Holy shit!
That puts me at -1.
Okay, good. And 5 points to the other fighter. Whoosh! 10-foot fall on first level. You fall down. Basically, a trapdoor opens like this. You both fall in, and it snaps back up. You fall into about 2 feet of excrement and bones, and take that damage from falling. And that just takes you to -1, Tony?
Yep, I had 5 HP. So
Okay. How about you, Crystal? With 5, are you still up?
Yeah, I still have 5 HP.
You have 10 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap!
good lord, how'd you get that many?
I have a adjustment modifier of 2, and I
Good
rolled
lord.
a
And roll the maximum hit points.
yeah.
Cool. All right, so you're good. So you're still up. All right, so Tony, I hadn't even opened it yet because I didn't think anybody was going to need it.
I should have known. Should have been ready.
Wait, I have bandages. Can I use this?
Well, first of all, let's see what happens to him when he falls into the
Into the poo.
poop.
Okay.
I don't think you want to use bandages in poop. And actually, if she's holding them on her body, they're probably contaminated because you're in 2 feet of shit.
Okay.
Say that. Yeah. Actually, make a saving throw versus paralysis to keep them out of the ship. Otherwise, they're ruined.
I failed. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said
You don't have bandages, right?
no.
Not for Crystal.
Saving throw versus paralysis.
Or paralyzed, I think they call it.
Should be
I have to
14.
roll. I have to roll
Over.
over. All right.
Equal to or over. Yep.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay.
18 out of 14.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so they don't get splashed completely. Go ahead and roll me a d6, Tony, to see what
All
happens.
right.
You get any hit points.
A 4.
4. Okay, so that's a 5. Okay, so you are knocked down and stunned, but luckily you have somebody there with you, so you're not going to drown. But yeah, you get pulled out of the poop by your friend. You do drop what you're holding though, and you're gonna have to look around for it. But you're out for a round anyways. So yeah, you neither one of you had light, so that's good. So your torch didn't go out or anything, but you landed in a bunch of poop. You don't take that damage, obviously, so you're just knocked down for a second. You get the breath knocked out of you, and you are in the dark.
You hear from the back suddenly the elf whispering agitatedly, whose fault is that, Grayson? You're not doing your job.
You know,
At that, you hear a barking sound and growling coming from the south.
Oh,
Fantastic.
So what do you guys want to do?
this is going to be one of those. I'm making a search check every 5 feet type dungeon crawls. I can see that coming.
Well, you can do that, but remember that takes time.
I know.
You need to.
More sorry.
All right, so two wolves come from around the corner. So let's roll initiative.
Oh shit! It's fast. It's furious.
Yeah, well, there was cages. So I'm just going to start with my left. So we'll just do like we normally do. So that's actually Mikey. You do initiative for this combat for the party.
What's that now?
A d6. You're trying-
3.
Okay, they got a 4. All right, so these two wolves come jutting out from around the corner, and they run towards. Can they get to you? 20? Yeah, they can. So the two people in the front row now would be Tracy and Silver. You're each going to get attacked by a wolf. Let me get my wolf stats.
Are we going to be having our henchmen in combat as well, or are they just?
Yeah, they're there. They're getting attacked.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll just go on your turn. Well, I mean, when you go, just tell me what when your turn to go. Then you can just. Well, I'll explain it. Sorry.
Yeah, I got you. That's all.
I wasn't ready for the wolves because I thought you guys were going to try to sneak past it. Okay, they're 2+2 hit dice. Okay, so wolves are attacking. First one on Tracy. Misses with a 7. I can't hit him. We'll look. Second one on Nishova. Ooh, 11 might hit you. So Nishova, your AC is 4. Yeah, 2+2 hit dice. So let me see what they need to hit you. Okay, 2+ hit dice. AC 4. They need a 13, and they got an 11, so they miss. So the 2 wolves come and charge at you guys, but they can't quite. You step back fast enough, whatever. They don't quite bite on you.
Okay.
And they only get 1 attack. So it is now the party's turn. Does anybody want to move?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So who's moving?
Are to the. Oh. Yeah, I want to go first row, but that's probably should I or is that even possible?
It's a little tight because you're doubled up. I think that's gonna. If you do that, people in front of you are gonna have to give up their turns.
Well, hold on. Weren't you in the back row?
Yeah.
So you are in the front row now.
No.
What?
Okay, I thought we went north into the hallway and fell.
And the 2 people in the front row fell in a pit trap, and I'm assuming the rest of you stopped and didn't go into the pit.
Oh, I thought we got into the hallway before that happened. I'm sorry.
You're confusing me.
No,
I thought we were going down the hallway and then these things have come up behind us, but Daniel's saying we didn't actually get in.
No. Rush, we're going down, period.
Okay, I will restate what happened.
No, I got it. It was me that's
2
confused.
people in the front row stepped out into the hallway to make a right turn, and they fell into a pit trap. The pit trap was in the T section.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you might want to note that on the map, just in case you have
I did. Actually, I did.
It's right in dead center. Yeah, and actually you probably hear the pit start to like click a little bit when the wolves stand on it, but they're not quite heavy enough, it looks like, to set it up. So that it doesn't collapse on the wolves. Okay, so does anybody want to move that actually can move? I mean, you can move, but if you push past people, they're not going to be able to do anything because they're going to get out of your way.
The only kind of moving I want to do is what your Shoba would probably do is get down and how far down into the pit do they go?
The roof of the pit popped back up.
Oh, so they're down under the floor.
You do not see them anymore.
Oh shit! All right, never mind.
They are gone as far as you're concerned. Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to turn and face the wolves then.
Okay. So you're going to melee with them. Does anybody want to move then? Does anybody that can move want to move? No. Does anybody want to do missile fire?
Can't I push myself through the mob and go the other side?
There's 2 people in the front row. If you move forward to attack the wolves, you will have to push one of them out of the way. So you can do it, but they're going to have to voluntarily move.
Can I throw myself on the ground with a little sprint and just go through their legs?
We'll just push Donald out of the way.
Who?
My companion.
Okay.
Okay, there's 2 people in the front row, Tracy and Yashova. If you move to the front row, you'd have to move one of them out of the way in order for you to be able to attack. So people can stand in the same place, but they couldn't. I'm assuming you want to attack, right? Mikey?
Yeah.
What kind of weapon have you got?
Morning Star. What?
I don't see. You're going to crawl on the ground, and then what? Come up with it and swing it, and there's not enough space unless people move. Does your server or Tracy want to move? Then that also includes Lucy moving and Dunal to get close to these things. I think it's going to be
Lucy will move back Lucy will gladly move back.
Okay.
If this other character wants to go forward.
Yeah, you certainly can move up to Lucy's spot, but you won't be able to engage the wolves directly, not unless somebody else moves. Yeah, you're trying to figure that out, and it doesn't work. Does anybody want to do spells or missile?
Missile.
Okay.
Neither for me.
Okay, you can do a missile attack. Hold on, who's doing a missile?
Silver Flame.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right, These things are going to have. So in BX, I realized, even though I've been playing it wrong, apparently, you can shoot missiles into melee. You can just do it. But I'm going to do a house rule that they're going to have some cover. So they're gonna have half cover at this distance. There's 3 people between you and them. So if you miss, there's a chance you might hit somebody between you and them. But you can do it though if you want. It won't be automatically.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because she's seeing her companion fall just completely out of the earth, and then seeing these 2 wolves up there. She's not thinking about anything, but so you're going to see her pull this light crossbow out from under her cloak and swing it towards these wolves and shoot towards the wolves. And 14 on the die. So what's the penalty?
Their AC 7. So -4 because the full cover. Or half,
Yeah, so that would be a 10. That would only hit armor class 9 then at a 10.
And you missed with you would have hit normally.
It would have been a 5, armor class 5.
Yeah. All right. So that means you hit one of the party members. Let's see.
No.
2, 3, 4. There's 4 people in front of you. So actually, Silver Flame, right? There's 6 people in front of you. Let's see who you shoot with the crossbow. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Donnell, you get shot in the back with the crossbow bolt. Do some damage.
5 points. 5 points of damage.
5.
Yeah, almost max.
Good shot.
No, you get shot in the back for 5 points of damage. Rush.
Well, he's still alive.
There's a lot of people shooting in the back in this game so far.
Barely still alive, but still alive.
Okay, that's good. So you get shot in the back with the crossbow. Anybody else do a missile fire or spells?
Well, can Donnell?
Oh, I'm sorry. You go first if you want for Synox. You have to keep reminding me that. That goes before anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or you can do
All right.
it. If you want.
So he's going to try that.
All right, so you're going to use Synox, which is the new thing. So you're going to do. What did you take? Blast?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it.
So it's
You have to roll a d6 and try to get your psionic score or
3 or below, right?
Yep.
So I got a 2.
2. All right. So that now does what? 2d6, right?
2d6 damage,
Nice. Here's one of the rules.
which gives me I got a double 3, so 6 total.
Nice. All right. Yeah. One of the wolves yelps in pain, but is not dead.
So
Nice.
Donnell stretches his hands out and just looks like he concentrates for a moment. One of the wolves yelps out in pain, then followed by Donnell yelping out in pain as a crossbow bolt hits him in the back. So people don't know if he's yelling because of what he did or what happened.
Oh man. All right. So anybody else?
Melalela is suddenly whispering in the back, and a purplish kind of arrow is shooting out of her finger as she's aiming at one of the wolves, and she's casting magic missile.
Oh, nice. Are you aiming at the one that yelped or the other one?
The other one.
Okay. Give me some damage.
4.
Oh, nice. All right, good. Yeah, this purplish arrow hits the wolf. It staggers back a little bit, but then growls in its ferocity. And anybody that wants to do a melee attack now, that's really only going to be Tracy or Yashova in the front, because nobody else, unless somebody has a spear or something, you're not going to be able to reach the wolves from where you are.
I can attack with Tracy. Is that what you just said? Sorry.
Yeah, Tracy and Yashova.
Yeah, I'll do Tracy. Let's see.
Okay.
She has a.
Are you attacking magic missile hit wolf or other wolf?
Magic missile hit one.
Okay.
It was a nat 20. And
Nice.
1 point of damage.
Oh, that's perfectly.
Yep.
Okay.
These are these new dice, Tony. You know.
Nice.
I was going to say, where are those dice at?
Those are the first ones I rolled the D10.
Get them
You rolled?
calibrated.
Yeah.
See, a D6 rolling a 1 is usually good in old school, unless it's less.
Right.
Okay, and then Yashova, what's up with you?
Yashova's going to attack the one that Donnell attacked.
Nice.
And I got a 14, which hits armor class 5.
That hits.
That's a D6. Oh! 3 points of damage.
Nice. This wolf yelps out very loud now. And I think that's all anybody can do. So down in the pit, I mean, I'm assuming, Crystal, that your character picked up Tony's character from the poop and didn't let it. So that's what you did this round. I'm assuming that. But that's not you did shoot somebody in the back with an arrow, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely help keep my companion's head above water.
Okay. So go ahead and roll initiative for this next round, Mikey. Then you can act in the next round.
5.
5, nice. Okay, you guys gotta go first. Let me just check into the pit. What are you gonna do down in the pit? Tony, your character is still stunned a bit, so you can't really attack, but there's nothing for you to attack.
But I'm back awake though.
You're definitely awake, yeah. You just kind of like, then you wind knocked out of you.
Yeah, you said I dropped my weapon, so I guess I'll spend this round trying to dig into poop and find my hand axe because this smell and stuff doesn't bother Bane. I mean, he's been in worse.
He feels right at home. Okay, so you're digging for your axe. How about Liz?
Liz is kind of covering her mouth, coughing a little bit, and she'll reach into her backpack and wait. Can she is there water in here? And how high is it? How high is the water?
2 feet of excrement, and it's like poop and pee and water and grossness.
Okay, so her backpack is okay.
Yeah, we'll say you landed it and you didn't. Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna reach into her backpack and pull out a torch, so she'll be able to see around, and if she can, she'll light it up. But if not, she'll do that next turn.
Okay. Oh man, should I be a bastard?
Oh,
We're already.
So I have a question.
You know what? If you don't beat me, then we'll see what happens.
I think I already know where you're going with this.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20. You got to beat my d20 roll.
Okay.
Me or Crystal?
No, Crystal.
I light up the d20. 40 spiders jump out and bite Bane in the face. 9.
9. Luckily, you beat me. So your spark does not set off the methane gas in there.
That's what I thought.
Dude, really?
Just because I'm being nice. If I wasn't being nice, it was just.
I
got that.
Can make sense.
Way to go.
Wow.
Okay, but I'm giving it to you. You like spark and you see like and it doesn't actually make a fire. So you're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Luckily, you realize soon enough that you probably shouldn't be doing that.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so you're doing that. So up top, does anybody do you want to use psionics? That's the first thing. Psionics goes before. Are you going to do it again?
Try it again. All right, so 1d6, right?
Yeah, you got to activate it every time you try to use it.
All right, just make sure.
So you try and activate psionic power.
All right, so this time I rolled a 1.
Okay, so it still goes off, but now you're exhausted for the day. You won't be able to use it again. That's how that works.
All right.
You have to do 8 hours of rest, basically. So it's like the end. So you still do 1d6 damage, though.
This is 1d6 damage.
Might be enough.
Oh, that time I got the same one I was attacking before, by the way, and this time I got a 5.
Nice. All right, you do this. This wolf yelps really loud and collapses.
Nice.
Okay. I don't think anybody can move, right? You guys are basically not moving. So anybody want to try to missile fire? Back with the crossbow?
Donald's going to turn and look back at Bane and just...
No, she's completely hid this crossbow up under her cloak that you can't see it at all.
Okay. Any missile attacks?
She doesn't know who actually did it. That's the funny part.
Okay, so no missile attacks? Magic? Nope. All right, so you got the 2 fighters in the front, or a fighter and a cleric, actually. And there's one wolf there. What do you guys want to do?
Let's let the fighter go first. I think I would feel like they would get their swing off first.
All right, go for it, Marcus.
Yeah, Tracer will go ahead and let's see. Alrighty. A 19. Holy
Nice.
shit. Tony, these dice, man. Killing me. 2 damage though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. Doesn't kill it. I'll also note that When that wolf collapsed, the pit kind of cracked open a little bit. So you guys down in the pit can actually see some light coming from above you, and you hear a struggle.
There's our way out.
And cleric,
All right.
Shoba.
Shoba rolls an 8, which is only going to hit armor class 11.
Okay, that doesn't hit. And okay, this wolf on its turn, it runs back down the hallway from where it came. And you see, because you're probably watching it as it runs from you, maybe that's why you missed. You actually see a head pop out, and he's lowering a weapon at you. And you hear a loud bang.
Oh,
Probably, most of you probably haven't heard a gun that often, but it definitely sounds like a firearm, a shotgun at that. And he's shooting at, let's see, who is he shooting at? One of the two of you, so let me roll randomly. He's shooting at Mishova.
God damn it.
Sorry, Rush. Maybe he misses. Roll a 9, though. So what's your AC? You have good AC, right?
Mine's
AC
4.
4. That probably doesn't hit. Let's see. He is 2 hit dice. So that's a 9, which is an 11. So he only hits AC 6, so he misses. So you end up stepping back fast enough, and you as you hear the shot scatter all over the wall.
Pelts, little pellets.
Yeah, all the little pellets smash. Okay, that's the end of that turn. So roll initiative. They got a 5.
3.
Okay. He doesn't do anything, from what you can see. Like, basically, the one wolf is dead, the other one ran back, and this guy ducked back around the corner. So you're free to do whatever you want to do this round. Anybody want to move?
Can you make space in front there?
Shoba would immediately step to the side,
Yeah,
And-
Tracy will move over.
put her hand out like, by all means, please.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to step to the side and don't do anything, but you could move further into the tunnel, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see where this pit is. You could step, like, on the corner and get around it. I mean, assuming there's not another one.
So you guys are just going to leave us down here, or?
Yeah, what are you guys doing down there? It's 10 feet up above you. You see you see a crack, and you see, like, half a wolf hanging down.
Can I try being 6'3", 6'4"? Can I try to jump up and grab the deal, Bane?
Yeah, you should be able to do that. Yeah, you jump up and you grab one end of it and pull it down, and the whole thing, it's like it goes, and you're kind of holding it.
So,
Hold it. How strong?
Climb my back, Liz, and you get out.
Can I do that?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sure, I'll do that, and then I'll turn around and I'll bring my hand down and, pull him up.
Okay. Since you were in the dark and you were kind of not, I'm going to roll randomly, see which side you actually went up. Okay, so you went up the north side. Okay, so the opposite side of where the guy is. All right, so you climb up that side.
Okay, and then I can turn around and help Bane up.
Yeah, you're doing that this round. What's everybody else doing? You're moving to the front, Vera? And what's everybody else doing? Everybody else moving, or?
I would try.
so are we going to continue north or go south where the dude shot at us from?
Yeah, perhaps we should try south this
I
time.
mean, you're in combat, so. Just
Oh, we are?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the guy just went around the corner.
Oh, okay. I thought he
I make that clear. Yeah. So, am I moving?
I got a question about spell when we get to that.
Tracy and I guess Grayson, can we go after that guy? The south?
Sure. Yeah, you can easily, like, jump over the corner of it so that you don't go down the pit, and you can run into that room if you want.
Yeah, I'll send
Cool.
Tracy first, but Grayson will be behind her.
Cool. Actually, Grayson. Yeah, Grayson will probably just make it into the room. Tracy can get all the ways in. So you run into the room, and you see that it's a 20-foot square room with 2 cages that obviously held the wolves, and like kind of a bed in the corner. And what you see when you come around the corner is this Mohtar with a really beautiful, elaborate shotgun single barrel shotgun that's kind of almost like a statue. It's like really elaborately decorated and stuff. And he's got it leveled actually. He's running around the corner. Spells.
Yeah,
Hold on,
how,
I'm sorry, Tony. Where's Vera going? Are you running down into that room too? Or are you just run to the corner? Vera.
Who?
Vera. You're climbing out of the pit. I got that. What's Vera doing, Mikey? How long is she gone?
Oh, sorry, I had my 24-hour disconnect. I only heard Tony, and I didn't hear, or you asked Tony, and then I cut out.
Oh yeah, because I'm sorry. So you wanted to move forward? Do you want to go down the hallway? Because the people in the first rank, or two of the people anyways, went south towards where the guy was shooting at them.
Yeah, then I go after them.
You can also get there.
Mm-hmm.
You're climbing out this round. Bane and I'll get everybody's name right by the end of this. Bane and Liz. So you'll be moving now. That's pretty much all I can do because it's going to be a little bit of an effort for both of you to get out. Spell. Now, Tony, what was the question?
first question is this, I'm not going to know what this creature is in there, but is it going to be considered a human-like creature? This
yeah, Mohtars would be considered a human-like creature, yeah.
Okay, second question on charm person, since it doesn't specify, am I going to have to, your rule, am I going to have vision on it first, or will it work just as long as it's within? Okay, never mind then, pass on me.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be, you would know that a Mohtars would be considered a human-like in that case. You could charm it.
Okay.
Okay, so no spells. Missiles. Not that there's anything for you to shoot at. Unless somebody who ran is using a missile weapon. You're not, right?
No, I have no missile weapons.
Okay, cool. So you come. I get the first person to get in there would be Tracy.
Yep.
You come in and you see this guy on his like basically sitting down on the bed. He's got this shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he probably just reloaded it, and he's like leveling it up at you. And you see a couple of shells sitting on the bed next to him. But you can attack first with a melee because you guys wanted to shoot.
Okay, yeah. So Tracy will go ahead and attack first. Yeah.
Okay.
An 8.
Well,
That is a miss. That's with the attack bonus.
Just throw them away, Marcus. Just throw them away.
I'm sending them back. I still have your address.
We get 20 and 19.
It's all downhill from there, though.
Yeah, it's AC 5. I don't think you're gonna hit with that.
No.
Okay. Also, running into the room were Vera and Grayson. So Vera, you want to
I want to do a melee attack, so
go for it. Is this person on the bed loading his weapon, or just having loaded his weapon? I suppose.
Yeah. An 8 on the die, no.
It's also not going to hit. And finally, Grayson also ran in that room.
Yep, Grayson rolled a 13.
Oh.
I don't know.
If you have any bonuses, probably hit, just because you need a 14 just straight.
I have a strength of 8. I don't think I have any bonuses.
In fact, I think you have a minus of your strength.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Okay, so yeah, so you do not hit him as well. All right.
Okay.
All right, so there's 3 of you standing in front of him. I'm just going to roll randomly to see who shoots with the shotgun at point blank range. Let's see, the first person. I was going to go by marching order because it's easier. So that's Tracy. Tracy, you are shot at with the shotgun at point blank range, which is a +3. It's and he misses.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because there's no way you can miss, though. I'm going to say the shot was bad and it just goes inside the gun and nothing.
Okay, yeah. Maybe some pellets.
Because there's no or something. You just can't miss that close. Okay, so that's the end of that round. Let's roll initiative, and then we'll just say where everybody is. And so we got a 6.
4.
Okay, he's going to go first. But just to recap, so currently Bane and Liz are both out of the poop pit, but you're on the north side of it. It's closed back up again, of course, once you let go of it. Tracy, Grayson, and Vera are all standing in front of this Mohtars who has a there's also a wolf in that room, but it's actually kind of like under the bed. It's scared because it failed its morale. So the wolf is like under the bed, like scared, so it's not fighting. He's got a shotgun that just didn't work, and everybody else is still currently in the hallway where you started. He drops the shotgun because he's going first, and he puts his hands up, and he starts to try to speak to you. Mohtars do not speak like a regular language, that they speak just growls and stuff. So you don't, unless you speak Mohtar, which you probably don't, you have no idea what he's saying. But he did put his hands up, and he did drop the gun. I don't know what you want to do. What are you saying?
Me and Liz, we're gonna have to try to jump over this pit, I guess. Since we're on the wrong side of it.
You can get around it just by going kind of to the corner and then to the corner. You know.
Okay.
You don't have to jump 10 feet. You can just kind of like, because you can get around it.
So
it'll just take like all your movement. It'll take like 30 feet of movement to get around it because you got to go around it. But yeah, you guys can start to walk in that direction.
are we considered to be out of combat? Well, I guess it depends on what we do.
You right now, because it's your turn. He just raised his hands up. Everybody can move or do whatever they want to do. Nobody's in the position to attack this guy except for the 3 people that are in the room with them. But does anybody want to move towards the room?
Yeah, I'm going to move your Shova and Donald into the room.
Okay. All right. You can move towards the room. I mean, it's a small room, so you can get to like the entrance.
Yeah.
And you see what's going on. This guy's like on his bunk with his hands up.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody else want to? And I guess Liz and Bane are going to move around the slow way, so you won't quite get to the room this round. Is there anyone else who's not in the room? How about Milalila? What's she doing? And Lucy?
I will go as far as to the door,
okay,
but not further.
All right, yeah, you'll be behind the other two.
Yeah, and when Bane come around this pit and stuff, he would have looked towards Silver Flame and go, "Stay behind me." So she would be behind him, and as they approach that room.
Okay, yeah. So most of you guys are kind of still in the hallway because you can't fit in the room because it's kind of small. So the people that are in the room, which is Tracy, Grayson, and Vera, what do you want to do with this guy with his hands up in the air? Who's going,
I would grab his pistol.
Okay. Yeah, he dropped it. Yeah, on his lap. He picked up the shotgun. Yeah. Shotgun. Okay, you have it. What else do you want to engage him in any other way? You also know there's a wolf under the bed, but it seems to be scared right now.
I just stare at him furiously. Does anyone understand what he's muttering?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
He's basically like making a series of growls and meows.
Cut his tongue out.
Cut his tongue. Okay. He may try to resist if you do that. Right now, he seems to be surrendering. Well,
yeah, I'm just gonna threaten him. Like, I hope he hears it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it seems like when you say that, he seems to understand what you're saying, and he's making more meowish type sounds and less growlish.
Wow.
More submissive sounds.
No one speaks Mokhtar, huh?
Probably not.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I make signs, like pointing at him and holding up a number, like my hand, and counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll look at him questioningly.
Oh, okay, sure. He of course only has a paw, which is not doesn't, but he.
Well, he could pull a trigger.
Yeah, but I'm saying he only has 3.
Yeah.
He's like this.
Then he has to use his hand, his paw multiple times.
Yeah, he's gonna take his. He's gonna use like a claw, and he actually like reaches to the wall and he scratches into the wall a number.
What is it?
15.
15.
Does he scratch it in common, or does he do like the tick marks with a line through? And
No, he writes it in common. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they understand, and you might probably know this, that they can understand common. They're not intelligent. They just don't have the vocal cords to be able to speak.
Okay. So I'm going to dig into my pack, because I do have the like a pen, like a writing utensil,
Mhm.
and some paper, and I'm gonna hand it to him, and offer him the. I guess it's probably just like a piece of chalk, and see if he can hold it, and point to the paper.
Okay. I mean, you can a little bit, sure. It's not going to be super neat, but
And I'll say, you can write in common, yes.
he nods.
Okay. So then I'll look at the rest of the group and just kind of make a motion like, ask him whatever you want now.
Can I come into the room now?
If you push past everybody, you can. Sure.
Oh.
This is a 20-foot square room. Everybody's kind of piled up in the hallway right now. But sure, you can get. You're not in combat, so you can definitely get past people if you want to.
20-foot square room.
Can he hear me if I speak?
If you yell, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna say in Minotaur. Do you speak Minotaur?
He doesn't react to that. People can say he doesn't react to it.
Darn. Okay.
Yershova would ask him point to the shotgun that Vera has.
Mhm.
Is it Vera? Vera?
Yeah, Vera has it.
And say, how does such a primitive person come by such an ancient and fine weapon?
Yeah, he looks pretty offended when you say he's primitive. But he writes take.
Take.
Yeah.
I will tell him that I did not mean to offend.
He writes go.
He is you are the first Mokhtar.
Like hold it up.
Huh?
He writes.
I tell him you're the first Mokhtar I've ever seen, so please forgive. I say from the caravan.
He looks at you. He looks a little confused.
The big wagons.
He writes on the paper.
What?
Mark.
The wooden horse-drawn. Where did you take from?
He points at you, I guess. A human, basically. He points at you.
Okay.
Oh.
Tell him about it. Speaking of Mohtars.
He is pissed at you. Like this Mokhtar now is not having any more of your shit.
The Mokhtar was not offended, but the cat was.
Yeah,
Don't talk about my homies like that. So I would ask, is there more things like this in this cave?
He shakes his head no.
I mean, is there any kind of a, I mean, does he like seem very sincere, or does he just,
that's my question he answered you.
okay. I didn't know if I could read him at all.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
Can you
Not
read
a cat.
Probably not.
No. So I would kind of turn to Grayson and Vera and Bane and just kind of whisper, I'm not very good at this.
I would actually stop listening and walk around and look for more ammunition.
Yeah, there was 2 shells
On the bed.
on the bed. There was like a little pouch with 2 shells, and it looks like he probably like emptied the pouch out. If you pick up the pouch, it's empty.
Yeah, I grabbed those.
Yeah, there's 2 shells. Other than that, the room has the 2 cages for the wolves. Although currently one of the wolves is like under his bed kind of area.
Yeah, I grabbed that wolf actually, and I want to drag him into the cage.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. It's pretty timid right now because it's really beat up. And there's some food in the cage for the wolves and some water. His bed is in here. It looks like he was probably sleeping in it when you you entered, because it's like a mess. And there's some just like some armor or whatever that he would wear, like leathers that they wear because they dress in clothes. And otherwise, the room is fairly empty. Besides the fact there's like 20 people standing in it right now. Yeah. The rest of you all just kind of hanging out. But yeah, you're
ask him to draw a map of this area of his hideout, I guess.
Yeah, I like the idea of maybe him drawing a map to try to get him to do that.
Yeah, he tries to draw something, and he basically makes a little X, like where like a little T where you are, and he puts the room that you're in, and he makes another room going what would be to the north. He draws like a room up there, and then he draws another room next to it, which would be to the west of it.
If I say traps, mark them, and I kind of put my dagger up to him, would he mark where he thinks the traps are?
Yeah, he puts the trap, where you found it. He puts that one there. He doesn't add any extra ones. So he basically drew the space that you've already been in, plus a room to the north, which is a small room. You gather, he drew it the same size. You can't really tell. Next to that, he didn't draw any kind of like hallways or anything. He just drew another bigger room next to it. Actually, I'm sorry, two bigger rooms. Bigger room, bigger room. That's all. That's basically the map.
So, I will walk over to Bane.
Mm-hmm. He smells like poop.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and also just to let you know, he's still outside in the hallway. He's never come in the room. Just to let you know if you do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only people in the room currently are the three of you because the room's pretty packed.
All right, so I would leave the room then to go find Bane.
Okay.
And explain to him what's going on, and very briefly, and just explain to him that these creatures are they are raiders and murderers, and there needs to be a justice done. Would you have a problem doing that? If I don't think any of the others would have a problem, but if they do, would you have a problem? I don't want to leave this beast around to follow us or to warn others.
A beast belongs in a pit, and I know where a pit is.
Yes, but and she kind of puts her hand up to her nose like this and says, "While you are no beast, if you could climb out," and he is part cat. Cats climb very well, so I would say you bury him in the pit. Don't just throw him into it.
Plus, we don't know where the pit goes. I mean, for all we know, there's a ton of leads out of this place.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're having this conversation in the hall. You guys are hanging out here with this guy in the room, and you see some shadows cast in the hallway, and somebody that you know, Carlos, is here. A couple people, I guess, that you have adventured with before come kind of maybe quietly into the hallway, probably seeking you out. And they see you in your light. You see them. They see you before you see them because you're standing there in lantern light. And who do we see, Carlos, kind of approaching into this this hallway? Carlos is there, right? Yeah, Carlos. You there? Nope. Okay, he's not here back yet. When you come back? Nope, there he is. Carlos.
I see his little avatar, but I don't hear him say anything. He might be having problems with his mic or something.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you surface, Carlos just kind of busting. So, all right, yeah. So you're in this hallway, having this discussion. What is it you want to do?
Well, Yoshova's big concern is to have, if there's 15 more of these things, she doesn't want this one running around behind them. And while murdering an innocent isn't something that's high on her list, she just had to say a prayer over the bodies of a caravan owner and his wife and whatnot. So she's pretty sure that they're the same ones that killed them. So
I point at the other cage.
Okay, so you guys are having this conversation in the hallway, and you hear a sound of as two crossbow bolts shoot from the entrance area towards, I guess, who was in the back, which would be, let's see, I guess that would be you two because you're standing in the back talking. So we'll say.
What's with Carlos now?
Can you hear me now?
I can see him now.
He's not shooting at you yet, though. It's not Carlos shooting at you.
No,
back?
but I can see, or I could see
You guys
him.
can hear me, right?
Yeah,
no.
could you hear us?
I can.
Okay.
All right, stand by. Before you come, you'll come into the back of this because they're being attacked. You can actually get around these bad guys, we'll say. We'll have you come in and attack the bad guys from the back after they have their attack on these guys.
Okay.
You saw these bad guys creeping into the cave behind where you think your friends are, but you're not sure because you just got here. And you're probably going to sneak up on them, but before you have a chance to do that, they actually got a surprise. So they have attacked Mohtar. No, I'm sorry. They're Mohtars. Yoshova and Bane, who are standing in the back discussing killing this guy. So one crossbow bolt into Yoshova for 2 points of damage. And one into Bane for 5. Does that take you down again?
I'm down to 0.
All right. How many times is Tony going to die in this session? All right.
How many times is this D6 going to look me out to not die?
Exactly. Well, this time it's modified by 0 because you went down right to 0, right? So go ahead and roll a d6.
A 3.
3. All right, you're just stunned. So yeah, you basically probably jump out of the way of the crossbow bolt and bang yourself against the wall. So you won't be able to react this next round. But you guys see, although you don't see actually because you're standing in the light of this lantern and they're in the dark. But you know that coming from generally where the entrance is, that 2 crossbow bolts just came at you. So what would you like to do? Let's roll initiative. How's about that?
Okay.
Let's have, since you guys are involved in it, let's have Tony roll initiative.
Okay.
They only got 3. All right, they got a 3, so they're going to go first. And I think like crossbows can shoot every round in BX. Let me just check.
This is they came in from the outside.
That's correct.
Are they other Mohtars, or can we even
You can't see them because you're standing in the light and they are in the dark.
Gotcha.
But you would probably guess that, yes.
Oh, so it's dark outside now. Okay.
More or less. I mean, it's much brighter where you are. It's not pitch
Dark
dark.
enough.
It's about 4:30, and it's the early spring, and you're in the north side of a cliff. Okay, only one of them hit that time. Let's see which one of you it hit. Bane.
Oh man.
He's a cursed character. Oh my god. 5.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so-
Next again, Tony.
Oh man. A 1.
Oh. Okay, roll 2d6 this time.
2D. Okay.
Yep. One is either a black.
Wow, a 1 and a 3, so 4 total.
Okay. All right. That time it knocks you down. Try to roll under your dex, or you'll drop your weapon. Otherwise, you just fall on your butt.
Ooh, I rolled under by 1, so.
Okay. Yeah. So you fall on your butt. You're already stunned, and this thing comes to you. Basically, maybe you drop out of the way, but you're on the ground temporarily. Not that it really affects anything at this moment.
Okay.
And it is your turn. It's going to be the equivalent of shooting an invisible creature because you can't see them unless you want to run forward. You can move towards them if you want. And I'll say that everybody roll a d6, and if you got less than a 4 or less, then you realize what's going on because there's a lot of crap going on right now, and this is happening in the back of the party. So
Everyone roll what?
everybody that wasn't engaged can roll a d6. If you get 4 or less, then except for the 3 people that are in the room, if you get 4 or less, then you see these crossbow bolts, and you know that there's something going on.
What about like our henchman being back there with us?
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, if you're next to you, then yeah, they'll see it. They know.
So when I'm
Yeah.
in the room, I don't roll, or what?
If you are in the room, you don't roll. So
Okay.
Vera wouldn't roll, but Silvermane, no, Vera and Melalibra.
Melalila.
Melalila.
Yeah, and she gets it.
Okay, so yeah, so you all see what's going on for the most part, except for the 3 people in the room, because obviously you're in the room. Well, the 2 people in the room, because actually Yashova left the room. So the 2 people in the room are Tracy and Vera.
I'm gonna do missile whenever it comes to it.
Okay, movement first. Does anybody want to charge these guys, or are you gonna?
The first thing Yashova would do is say, "Help!" like that. Get behind her shield and I guess start walking forward.
Okay, I mean you can move forward to them or not. It's up to you. You can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
to them.
forward to
Yeah, if you move forward, you can melee attack.
him. I'm sorry, what?
If you move forward, you can do a melee attack because they're
Okay,
just.
yes, I will move forward and do a melee attack.
Okay. Anybody else moving?
I want to shout something.
Okay, shout.
I shout to the cat. Tell them to stop immediately because I mean I would assume that it's his people, right? That's not meta, right? Yeah. Tell them to stop or we nail you to the wall.
He smiles as cats smile.
Oh, little shit.
Nailed to the wall.
Anybody want to do a missile attack?
No.
I if Liz can, she wants to move up.
Yeah, you should be able to. You're in the hallway. Yep.
Okay.
Move up. Cool. Missile or magic?
Yeah, Silver Flame's gonna just turn around and swing his crossbow out from under her cloaks again and shoot towards the way. So it'd be -4 to hit.
Yeah, -4 to hit.
Definitely missed bad.
Okay.
Did we pass up magic?
No, we're doing that right now. Missile magic.
Okay. Are these people within our line of sight? Like, can we see them?
If you ran up, you can see them. Otherwise, you're blinded because you're in the light and they're in the dark.
Could Lucy cast sleep on them?
You could cast it up in that area, sure.
Okay, Lucy will cast sleep in that area.
Cool. Go ahead and roll your dice.
2d8, right? All right. So she quickly spins her hand in the air, and this green mist forms around it, and she tosses it. And 7 on the dice.
Nice.
7 total.
Cool. So, who ran up there? Bane drops unconscious. Who else ran up?
Yashova.
Yashova drops unconscious.
Bane ran up. He was on his butt.
No, Bane didn't. No, somebody ran up there.
I did. Or Yashova did.
Yashova. Just Yashova?
Yeah.
Okay, Yashova drops.
Liz also ran up there.
Liz drops.
I feel like Grayson would have.
Oh, Grayson. Okay, Grayson drops. Okay.
Oh, shit.
And I think how many? Hold on. These guys are
Friendly
2 plus 1. So okay, so and at least one of them drops. There's 7 total, right? So 3. Oh yeah, you actually legit. Yeah, they both. Just check the way sleep is. I can't remember if the plus counts.
This slept everything.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts or not. So let me just check it. I don't think it does. I think you round down. If not, one of them goes down. If so, then both of them drop, which would be very bad for you if somebody's asleep. Sleep. Sorry. Spell 2d6 undead. Any pluses are ignored. Okay. The 2 of them also drop. So the three PCs and the 2 Mohtars all drop down, unconscious.
That's fine.
And that's it. There was only 2. Yeah, well, it would have been bad if there was.
Because it wasn't
Doesn't
you.
count, one of them would have been up and would have been dead because it would have been instant kill. So yeah, they
It was
drop.
like, oh, no big deal.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, so they drop down and you guys can walk out there. Oh, but also, the guy in the room is going to attack you now.
Oh, nice.
No,
Little
Yes.
fucker.
we should have
Yes.
set up.
Yeah. And, yeah. okay, that's fine. So he's
I'm gonna step away, but I can still hear everything coming. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's only well, it's Tracy and Vera in the room, right? So it's going to attack Vera since you threatened him. And 14.
It's not Vera like Grandma Vera. It's Vera,
Oh, okay.
please.
Vera.
Damn it.
Melalela.
Melalela. Yeah.
Melalela, I got it. It's armor class 3, which just hits you. Okay, so this guy claws you.
Fucker.
Yeah. It's a pretty vicious claw, too. Well, we'll see what we are, but actually roll. 6 hit points of damage.
What?
That must kill you unless you have high con.
-2.
Let's roll d6.
No. 1.
Oh, that's not bad. So that's only a 3 then. You are stunned, so you lose your next action. So you won't be able to retaliate. But Tracy's standing there, and you can retaliate if you'd like, Tracy.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go for it. So she will try to retaliate with her sword, long sword, whatever. 12.
12. Their AC is 5.
So
that doesn't hit unless you have a bonus.
And does she have a +1?
You'd have to have a plus.
No, she has to have a 13. Okay, so no. Just
yeah, you'd have to have 13. Yeah, so I don't think you hit for that one.
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, next round initiative, I guess. Tony, you can keep rolling, I suppose, if you want, even though you're on your butt.
Okay. 5.
5. Okay, you guys are gonna go first. So these two Mohtars outside drop. I guess you don't really. You just hear nothing because you hear 5 bodies hit the ground when the sleep spell hits. They didn't shut out in the other room, so nobody else knows that the one in the other room's attacking the 2 in there. So what do you guys want to do in the hallway? You got 2 of these guys.
He said Bane would be back to his senses now.
Yeah, Bane's back to his senses.
Yeah, he's going to just take off running towards where those crossbow bolts come from then.
Okay. Yeah, you see 2 guys with crossbows unconscious on the ground next to 3 of your party members.
He's going. Can I attack one of them?
Yeah, you can instant kill.
Yeah, he kills one of them. He's pissed off.
Yeah, you definitely can do that. As you're killing one, you see standing in the clearing, coming towards probably to help you, Carlos's characters. I'll try that one more time. Carlos, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so you're approaching this cave entrance where you've been tracking your friends all day because you got up late after drinking last night, I guess. And who do we see kind of approaching the party? Or Bane, anyways, who's Tony's character?
Bane is going to see pretty tall character, about 6'1", and he has long black hair and a red hairband and scars on his chin, and he's carrying a light. He has a torch, and and when Bane sees his face, they kind of would recognize each other. But there's another fellow with that's along with Pi, and he wouldn't quite recognize him because Pi basically would have mostly been known to be traveling by himself, and this other fellow has a plate mail armor, and he's you can tell that he's not from the same area as Pi. They're from different areas, and so he's basically Pi is a thief, and Athanasius, his henchman, is sort of just the muscle of the two, and that's basically how he helps. And he also speaks bugbear, so
oh, nice. That'll be useful.
He's able to
Bugbear's a good language.
help when it comes to that.
Okay, so you see Bane out there killing one of these things. They're fighting Mohtars, which you'd know what they are. They're kind of like lion people. You saw 2 come with crossbows, which is probably why you were heading out there to help your friends. And but they got off a couple of shots before they dropped to the ground. Also 3 3 other people that you've probably seen before are also unconscious currently as you approach. You guys can slap awake your friends and kill the other thing if you want.
Yeah, Bane's seeing the two new. He's gonna bring your sword, dirty your sword, and get blood on it. Come this way, as he speaks to Carlos's characters.
Yeah, you could do that. You can instant kill one of these guys, and then you've got, they've each had a crossbow with well, I guess they shot 3 bolts. Let's say they had 10 bolts each. They have 7 bolts each left, light crossbows.
So Pod jerks into action and goes for one of the guys with his dagger, and kind of just goes straight for his throat once he realizes what's going on.
Yeah, you can kill him. He's definitely dead. Meanwhile, in the room, Vera is stunned. She can't do anything. But Tracy actually gets to go first. This thing's still there, clawing at you. Or her. So what do you want to do there, Tracy, Marcus? Also, your torch is burning out.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you're in the last turn for your torch. But
okay, can I?
I mean, you're in combat. It's not going to go right this second, but
yeah. Well, I was going to toss the torch. But that's probably not a good idea.
Do
No, I'll attack again. I'm just going to do another melee. I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to light him on fire.
No, I thought about it. I thought about throwing the torch at him. I don't trust it. Oh, god damn it. 6.
Oh.
It's probably a good idea to throw the flaming torch.
It wouldn't even hit the bed. It would have just went on the ground. You'd be standing in the dark. Okay. I mean, he's going to attack Vera again because she threatened him. So you're standing there stunned, and this big cat reaches for your face with his claws and misses. Yeah, that's that. You guys probably hear a ruckus going on in the other room with the thing growling and stuff at this point. So let's roll initiative one more time, I guess, Tony. See what you guys want to do with this guy. 4.
I had a 4 also.
Okay, simultaneous. So what are you guys going to do? I mean, he's going to still get his attack no matter what you do, but what are you guys going to do? Is anybody running towards that room, or is anybody going to go down a different hallway? What do you guys want to do?
Grayson will run back towards the room, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, if you run back to the room, you see this guy. You're behind him. Actually, roll a d6, and if you get a 1 or a 2, then he won't have heard you, and you can get a sneak attack because you're a thief, right? Or a backstab, what do you want to call it?
I rolled a 3.
Okay, yeah, so you won't get the backstab, but you still get +2 because you're attacking him from the back. You'll be able to attack in this round melee if you want. Anybody else running into the room? No, but Vera and Tracy can both attack this guy as well, and Grayson. All you guys can attack.
All right, I rolled my 2.
Okay.
Oh, 4 on the die. Jeez.
Okay, so 20 for 7 points for what's her face, Tracy.
Okay.
And then a 4 and 3 points.
Yeah, 4 doesn't hit for sure. Well, it's simultaneous, so I'm going to have him attack, but he's probably going to roll morale in the next round. That was a pretty serious hit. When you hit him with that 20, he like goes back a bit. But he's going to actually, so he might actually switch. Well, it's simultaneous. He's going to attack Vera again. And he misses. Probably because he got hit so hard with the sword. Yeah, we can do initiative again, but he's going to give up. 3. Tony?
Sorry, I couldn't get myself unmuted. I had a 4 this time.
Okay, you guys can go first before he actually gives up. You see he's about to give up. You see it in his eyes, but if you'd like to attack him one more time.
Kill him.
There's 3 of you in the room. You can all, yeah. He's given up. You can just kill him. We don't have to roll for it.
Yeah, I see.
He has 2 hit points left. He's not.
Destroy him.
Yeah, you just run him through and he dies. Cool. All right, so he's dead. And your torch is flickering out, so you're probably going to want to light another torch if you want light. The lantern, of course, is still good for a long time. I don't know if you want to light another torch or not, but it's going to go out this turn.
I'll toss it and pull out a lantern because I do have a lantern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, lantern's good for like 4 hours or something like that.
bolts did you say they had? Those cats? Oh, you broke up.
7 each.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
anybody else have crossbow, or just I guess my?
Well, there's 2 crossbows if people want them. They're normal crossbows. Anybody can use them.
I have a crossbow also.
Yeah.
I does.
If you want, there's 7 bolts there. If you want.
Even a magic user?
What?
Even a magic user could use it?
No.
Yeah, see? Because you said, didn't you say everyone can use it?
Everybody that could use a crossbow.
Oh boy.
Although I will say this, I'm going to allow that guns can be used by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not? Because that's the technology, even though they're crazy expensive. Although you have one now. You have a shotgun with 2 shells. Anybody can use a gun, so that's whatever. But yeah, magic user can't use a crossbow. I mean, you can use it if you want, but there'll be a penalty. It's probably not worth it to use it. I mean, it's unrealistic to say you can't use it at all, but if you use it, you'll have a pretty serious penalty because you've never used one before. In any case, yeah, what do you guys want to do? You've been here for like an hour or so, making all kinds of ruckus and smelling like poop. What would you like to do? Essentially, this room is a dead end in the sense that it's a room. There's no other doors coming off of it. The only passage you haven't explored so far is the one to the north, which you did draw on that map, that there should be a room up there, and you can actually see the edge of a table up there.
I say that I don't feel too well, and if there's still 12 of those here, not good.
Am I awake yet?
Yeah, well, if they woke you up, I'm assuming they woke you up. Did you guys wake up the sleeping people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then you're awake.
All right, so the room to the south is a dead end.
Yeah, I mean, it was where the wolf was, which is still it's in the cage now, and it's probably eating some of its food. It's pretty beat up. The Mohtar is dead. You took his weapon. He also had a dagger, if anyone wants a dagger.
And you said the room to the north we haven't gone into yet.
That's correct.
So, well, while they discuss what they want to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I have also several I've got like 6 sets of bandages since I'm the cleric with no healing spells. So I'm going to try and get the crossbow bolt out of Donald's back.
Okay.
And try and bandage his wound, and hopefully, I don't know how bandaging works in BX. If it does,
it's the house rule. You can basically just, the bandages that you have are. Let me just check my own rule to make sure I remember how it works. I think it does 1 hit point of damage. You can put it, but you can apply 1 to every wound. So you have to pressure that. If you get hit more than once, you can use more than 1. Otherwise, you can only use 1, basically.
When you only got hit once, it was just really hard.
Yeah, so you can only use 1, and it heals 1 hit point.
All right, so.
But if you had got hit, like, let's say 3 times, you could use 3 bandages if you want, but you can't.
All right. Well, I'll use 1 on him then.
Yeah, if anybody got hurt and you want to use a bandage, you can do so.
Yep.
Hurt that actually took hit points damage.
I will offer to bandage anyone who has been wounded.
Okay.
I'll raise my hand. Politely.
Yeah, how many times did you get hit? Just once, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so you can have 1 bandage. So yeah, I should have mentioned that when we get into combat. Just try to keep track of it if you get hit more than once and take damage, because you can use more than 1 bandage if you'd like.
All right, so I'm keeping track of my bandages too. So I'll go over and bandage Vera as well.
Okay, so you get 1 hit point back.
Mm-hmm.
What about Bane? Has Bane been actually?
Nope.
No, every time he's dropped to 0, and luckily he rolled good on the.
Okay.
It actually worked to your advantage that you have only 5 hit points.
Boy, it has.
Yeah. Because if you had like 7 or something, you probably could have died at some point because you would have taken 2. You only had 2 left. Okay, so let's actually, if you guys are game, let's take a 5-minute break, and then you can explore the rest of this dungeon. We'll get out of the first room.
Sounds good.
All right.
1 room at a time. We'll give it a little break. Cool.
I already went and got my coffee, so I'm just going to chill out.
Oh, I see you're special.
Well, I mean,
That's all right. I can see you're gone because you have a camera. So
what?
I can always see when you're gone. So
Yeah, well, I'm lucky. My coffee pot is 15 feet away. So.
All right. I'm going to get a coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, man. I'm all alone.
I'm back. Sorry if I'm late.
Okay. I have to move my lights behind me because you can't see them. So right back.
Yeah, I am.
Back.
Nice. I did not get coffee. I got soda.
I did, yeah. Or I'm in the process of it.
Cool. Okay, so we have a big group, so we're going to switch back to our caller mode when we start moving. I think.
Sounds good.
Oh, also, I need to insert you somewhere, Carlos. What do you got? A thief?
A thief, yes.
I'm just going to put you in the back for now. You get to be in the back.
Okay.
Hi. And just I don't want to move everybody around. Well, you can either be in, well, you're going to take up a full row. You can either, let's say, do you want to be in the 6th row or the 3rd row? How's that? Those are your choices.
I'll take the 3rd row.
All right, cool. Brave man.
So real quick, after we get him sorted, can you read out the marching order again so that I can like write it down?
Yep.
So we don't have the same confusion we did
I'm
before.
back.
Hello.
Okay, so if you're 2 abreast,
Yes.
you're going to be Liz, Bane, Tracy, Shova,
Mhm.
Pi,
PIE.
P-I-E, yep,
Yep.
and Athesius. Is that right? Close enough.
Athanasius.
Athanasius. Somebody's
Athanasius.
watching Roman stuff. Athanasius. Lucy.
Lucy.
Donald. You get bonus experience points if you have an easy name. Grayson. Melalabla. Melalabla.
Pretty.
Mel.
Melalala.
Melalabla.
I know how to say it. I just don't want to write it all the way out.
I wrote it out, but I can't say it. So how's that? Melalabla. Then Silver Flame Vera.
Silver and Vera.
Okay. Now, if you
Since
go file, it's going to zipper. So it's going to go Liz, Bane, Tracy, Yashova, Pi. Okay. You get that? I'm not going to run through the whole thing, but you get how it works.
I'm doing it with an arrow line. There we go.
Yep. That's it.
Got it.
Perfect. Good. You're doing a good job, Rush.
Thank you very much.
Since both of my characters have super easy names, do I get double experience points?
She wants a
I think with this group, though, instead of giving you a bonus for having easy names, I think I'm going to give you a penalty for bad names. That seems to suit this group better.
I mean, I can pronounce them all.
I thought Pi was good, but then I had to make his partner's name Athanasius.
No, Athanasius is okay. I just have to say it. It's Melalala is going to be the tricky one, but I got it.
Hey, it's easier than the shit you guys always use in my games, just to make it hard for me.
Actually, and I like it. It's very musical. Melalala.
Silver Flame's elven name.
I imagine that my elf could actually say that name.
Her elvish
The
name
name-
is
I actually think it's a cool name. It's just, it is very lengthy to write out there. That's all. Saying it is easy.
Okay, I'm good. Is it right back?
Yeah, and on the January 6th game, the name of my character is going to be Kolo Lukadilaka.
Crystal, I thought at least you would be on my side. I'm disappointed.
Oh, I've already sent you my character sheet. You know her name is Charlotte.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're back. Yeah. So you would notice actually, Grayson, because you're the first one that noticed it before, as you're kind of organizing the party to move forward, that you had seen the corner of like a table. Actually, no, it wasn't Grayson. It was Bane and Liz that came forward with the lantern. You had seen the corners of the table in the room to the north, but now you're looking there as you're making your plan to approach, and you see that the table is now on its side. Flipped.
Don't step in that pit. You won't smell as good as I will.
Yeah, Liz and Bane are kind of poop smelling.
Yes. All right. So we didn't make it to the room yet, correct?
You haven't done anything until Marcus tells me because he's the caller.
Gotcha.
What do we want to do before I call anything? Because last time I called, we ended up in a pit.
Well, I think we should search. We need to make sure we check the floors, and Yoshova would say we should tread very carefully as we go forward.
Right. Forward, we're going south this time, or?
North. We already went south. That's a dead end.
Oh, that's right. That's a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you're not a dwarf. Dwarves can see pit traps.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can see it at a roll of 1 if you're searching. If you just remember, it takes a full turn to search a 10-foot square.
Wow. Yeah.
And random monsters are rolled every 2 turns. So if you want to take a turn, only move 10 feet. You're likely going to have random encounters. So just so you know.
Do we have to do what the caller tells us?
Well, he's just directing the group.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As far as Bane, what I meant as far as Bane, he wouldn't, in his mind, there wouldn't be any more traps, so he would just start going towards that room.
Yeah,
Unless
you can do
somebody's
it.
shouting.
It's more just for direction. Yeah. It wouldn't make sense for you to check every 10 feet. That's the only reason. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I'm saying that maybe you should just check where you think there might be something, or devise a way to check.
So she would say, "Is it normal that traps like this exist all over? Do you think, or do you think they would just booby trap the entrance?" That's.
I think 10 more foot of walking will be okay. I don't look for no more to that room.
Yeah, you're only going to walk 10 more feet.
Lacey says, if anyone wants to borrow the very long 10-foot pole I've been obviously carrying around on my back, you're free to do so.
Yeah, if you want to have a 10-foot pole, of course, requires 2 hands to use, which means you'll be able to carry a weapon in your hand. But you can certainly poke ahead with the 10-foot pole if you'd like. But there is, as noted by Bane, there is only 10 feet left in this corridor before it opens up into a room. So.
Well, I mean, let's just go to that room for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Liz is definitely ready to go to the room. She's going to ready her shield, and she's going to put her hand axe back at this point and pull out a sword.
Cool.
Could I check the entryway before we go in?
You can.
Check it for any booby traps, even though it might take a minute.
Sure, we'll take a turn. Yeah, so you move forward. You're talking about Grayson?
Yeah.
Sure. What thief skill did you take as they're at 2 levels higher? Just so I know.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, you get to pick one.
That's right. That's right there. Let me come back to you on that.
Okay. So, yeah, one skill you can pick to be 2 levels higher always because of
that's right.
specialty.
That chose find or remove traps, which I believe brings you up to 20%.
Nice. Oh, you're also even you chose that. Okay, so yeah. So you move forward to the entryway and you're looking. I mean, it's basically a big open entry. There's no door or anything, so you're just kind of like, I guess, creeping up to see what you see. And this you see like a couple of sconces on the wall with torches, but they are pretty much burnt out. There's like a little bit of flickering light coming from them near the back wall, but it's only a 20-foot square room. You can see right into the room from where you are, and the entryway doesn't appear to have any kind of a, no tripwires across or anything like that. I mean, it looks like a pretty clear shot to walk right into the room. You do see this table flipped over though. And when you move forward to check the entrance, these 2 Mohtars pop up because, of course, they were behind the table.
Before that, were we,
And
as we walk in, are we able to see any obvious exits from the room?
Well, you're not walking in yet because first the two thieves moved forward to check. Right, that was my understanding.
All right, sorry.
So they are now being assaulted by crossbows. You also move forward to your right, Pi. I'm just making sure that's clear.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because I roll for both of you. Yeah. And you didn't see anything, but yes, you are both being attacked by crossbows. This will be Pi. That misses. Yeah, so two terribly aimed crossbow bolts. These guys lean over the tops of the table and they shoot these crossbows like into the ground. And you see these two Mohtars behind the table leveling crossbows at you. They look. You're not surprised. I mean, you're not technically surprised because I didn't have you surprised. But you get a look at them, like as you kind of dodge back to avoid the crossbow bolts. And it looks like they're missing like patches of hair and stuff. Like they look pretty sickly compared to the other one that you saw.
Oh.
Yeah. They're missing patches from their mane. That's what it would be. So what would you like to do? You hear them make some growly sounds because, of course, remember they don't speak anything but their own language.
Okay, so Liz is in front.
No, we're not up there.
Is that correct?
At this moment, you're in front of the marching order, but you're not at the door yet because the two thieves moved forward. But you can move up there if you want. It's only 10 feet.
Okay, so the arrow landed in front of the thieves.
That's correct.
Okay.
They jumped back.
Pi's going to pull out his crossbow.
Hold on a second. Let me just. So these moved. The party was lined up, ready to go. Thieves said, "Let me check." They moved forward. Crossbow shot at them, so they're in the front of the party temporarily. But yeah, you guys are all 10 feet back from this. So yeah, what do you want to do? I'm sorry. Just so it's clear. I guess.
Are the thieves in our way? Like, can we move past them or?
No, they can. If they flatten themselves against the wall, you can run right past them.
Well, my question though is, Crystal, you and I would not know this yet. They haven't told us that they've been shot at that I know of.
Not back, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So really, what did the two thieves do? That's really the question.
Well, Pi's going to pull it. He's going to pull out his crossbow and kind of look back. He's going to move back a couple steps and kind of put up his hand in warning, but he's going to stay silent and he's going to start aiming his crossbow in the direction that the shots came from and get ready to return fire.
Yeah, Grayson will just duck off, I guess, back a little bit, behind Pi there.
Okay.
Because I don't have a melee, I don't have a missile weapon, so.
Okay. Do you want to go back behind let the rest of the party pass you then?
Yeah, sure. Stick me back in the lower end of the marching order there.
Okay. Yes, you see Grayson move back. Maybe you say to them what happened, because they're probably wondering why you're running back. So yeah, you see these guys do this. The Grayson comes back. Pi readies a missile weapon. So what do you guys want to do?
Assuming that Grayson tells us what's going on, Liz will pull up her shield and charge forward.
Okay, you're charging the room.
Yeah.
Anybody else moving?
Yeah, I'll go in.
Excuse me. Yeah, Bane's moving in behind. Liz.
Okay.
Whoever. Huh.
Yeah, next to Liz. Yep, gotcha. Who else?
I'll go in with them.
Okay, Yashova.
Tracy as well.
And Vera. Okay, so all the fighters. So yeah, you guys run in the room, and you see basically this looked like it was probably like a guard room, because there's like some tables, like a table with some chairs. There's some you see scattered on the floor, what look to be like some kind of like dice or something that they might use for gambling, but they're a little different because they're cats. Maybe it's a ball of yarn. And you see on the wall there's a few weapons hanging, including these crossbows, which they now have in their hands. They don't put up much of a fight. I mean, there's like 8 of you running in on 2 guys, so we're not to the combat. You can just kill them. They, like I say, you were able to kill them. They're missing clumps of hair from their mane. There is a door. So this is a 20-foot square room. So for rush, so I don't kill your map. In the northwest wall, so facing west, but on the very top square, is a door.
That's the only exit.
One end. And it's a door this time, not just an open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else of the room and a note?
A couple of torches, although they're out now, more or less. These two guys. There's a mace, and a two-handed sword, like kind of hanging on the wall, kind of like for guards. And there's a spot where the two crossbows were, but they have them in their hands now. Well, they would have had them, but they're dead now. And there's again, each one had 10 bolts, so they shot off 2. So there's more crossbow bolts there.
Does it look like any kind of a fanciness to the weapons at all?
No, it's regular off-the-shelf crap.
Well, neither your Shova nor Donald would be interested in those weapons.
Yeah, there's just this table and maybe there's a handful of copper coins if you were to like really search around your hands and knees on the ground, but there's not really much. It looks like they flipped the table over for like a defensive position. So yeah, you have this door to the west. What do you guys want to do?
Okay, who wants to check the door?
I'll check it. Why not? Why not?
What do you want to do?
I'll go up and see if there's any sort of keyhole or lock.
There's a keyhole, and it looks like it could be locked. If you just kind of wiggle the handle, it doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. Can I check inside the keyhole for any traps?
Oh, sure.
I've had darts hit me in other,
Yeah.
dungeons.
Fair enough. Yeah, you're peeking in the keyhole, and it doesn't appear to be any kind of a wires running or anything to a trap. Although I think, just for future reference, not that it matters right now, I think that pie, that's his specialty, so you might want to have him do that.
Okay.
I mean, just, I actually used his number just in case. So, yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't appear to be locked, nor does it seem to be a trap.
I'll open it.
Oh, you're just going to swing it open?
Yeah.
Nice. Why not? Bold. Cool. Yeah, you swing this door open, and you're looking into a room that runs, it's 30 feet wide, so north to south, and it is 50 feet deep, so east to west. There's like a short, like a 10-foot hallway to get to it. Then you see this room, and you can see in this room a whole bunch of these Mohtars. You can spot immediately 3 of them, and you actually see other ones scattering when the door opens. This looks like it might be some kind of like a general room. It's kind of a big room, and you see lots of kind of piles of rags, like in the various spots, like you see them in the corners and stuff, which might be bedding of some kind. You definitely see some bones, and in the center of the room, you see a kind of a what looks to be like an elk or a deer or something in the center of the room. It's just the bones of it now. Mostly, it looks like they were probably eating it. But yeah, currently these things they definitely see you when you fling the door open. So let me just see what their reaction is. Oh, okay. They're kind of a couple of them scatter, and the 2 that are kind of in the center are kind of just looking at you. They look a little unsteady on their feet, and they are also missing clumps of hair.
I'm gonna
Eva. Yeah, you definitely see on the ground, it looks like there's a body, which could be a human, but it's not facing you. You can't tell if it's alive or dead at this point. That's in the
When you say scatter, I mean, are they like running for another door to like?
Well, there's like a 10-foot hallway that leads into this room. So you're standing at the end, so you can't quite see around the corners. So they like went like that. If you move to the actual entrance of the room, then you probably could see them. You would imagine. You can't. There is another door all the way on the other end of the room.
Yeah, Bane would start running towards one of them.
Okay, yeah. So if you run into the room, You just bust past and run straight into the room. You do see that to the south, 30 feet in, is a tunnel that goes to the south. But yeah, there's a bunch of these guys in this room, and you run in there, and you definitely see that they are unsteady on their feet, and there's definitely a human tied up with a gag in his mouth in the center of the room, and one of them was like over top of him. So, and is anybody else running in there?
Tracy, but Grayson will step back and not go much further in just yet.
Okay.
I was running in there as well.
Sorry.
Okay. Check them around.
Athanasius is going to take out a two-handed battle axe and rush in with everyone else.
Yeah. Yashoba will move in as well.
Oh, awesome. Okay. How about Liz or Lucy?
You're muted.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute and it wouldn't let me.
It's okay.
Yeah, Liz is charging in.
Cool.
Liz is gonna stay back with the lantern.
Awesome. Yeah. So you guys run in, and like I said, they're a little unsteady on your feet. You're charging at them. Let's roll initiative. But certainly when you run in the room, you count 6 of them total. There's 2 in the middle, and then 2 on each side. So let's go. I think it's Crystal's turn for initiative. They only got a 2 though.
I also got a 2.
Okay, so simultaneous. I'll let you guys go first, but if you kill any, they'll still be able to do it. So there's 6 of them, and there's a body on the middle of a human tied up in the middle of the floor.
Neat.
Anybody? Well, you moved already. Anybody want to do melee or move to engage or?
How can I make it to the how close is the human, the tied up human, to the?
Yeah, you can get to the human. It's in the center of the room, so it's probably like 30 feet from you.
How close are they to the human, though?
Oh, there's one standing right over him, but the other ones are.
So I'm moving. I'm gonna go for the human, where the human is.
Okay. Did you want to attack that Mokhtar?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody else moving?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Bane's going to attack whichever's closest to when you run in.
So you're going to move into engage?
I'm gonna have Donald.
Here.
Liz is also moving to engage.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Donald go with Yashoba.
Okay, but not also to engage?
Yes, to engage.
Okay, is anybody doing a missile or magic before that happens? No. Okay, so you guys can engage if you want. Let's go left to right. Oh, what's you said Anathesius? Just keep saying it the right way and I'll get it right eventually.
Athanasius.
He's attacking, right? So I'm just going to go left to right for me to make it easier. So go ahead and make a melee attack. They are armor class 7.
Who? Me?
No.
Brennan raises his axe and he's going to get a 7.
Okay, that's not going to hit. I haven't told that up. Okay. And the pie stayed back, right? Okay, so how about Vera?
I want to attack the closest one.
Nice. How about it?
A 3 on the die. It's just going downhill all the time.
You guys came running in this room like gangbusters. You probably
Layla will stay at the exit though.
okay. How about let's move now to Liz?
Okay, can she get to one of the creatures to attack it?
You guys are all able to make a melee attack.
All right. So she attacks one of those things for a total of let me check my adjustments and everything. Total of 13.
That hits. That's what you needed.
Okay. And I did max damage. So 8 plus 2 bonus.
Wow.
So 10 damage.
Holy cow. That kills one. Yeah, you come in the room and you smash this thing with your sword. Drops it.
I just slam it right into the skull. And like its skull just splits open and blood flies everywhere.
Yeah. There's like mats of fur on your weapon.
Nice.
Okay, so which one did you
Very impressive.
Okay, and Rush, your characters
Alright.
are closing on that one.
Your Shova will close in and step right in with her shield, just come right across this tiny Asian looking woman with a mace, and rolls a 12, which hits AC 7, which may not be good enough.
Their AC is 6, so it does not hit.
So it doesn't. Okay, so she comes in, swings wildly, and barely misses, followed behind by, I think that goes the same, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. First,
Donald closes in with his sword and shield, and he rolls a 16.
that definitely hits. You need a 13.
Okay, and then the sword in BX is D6, right? Plus
D8 for a normal sword. Unless
oh,
there's-
D8. About to short myself here. And rolls a 6.
Nice. You hit it with your sword. It just, you're not even sure how, but it's still standing, barely.
Awesome.
Okay. Vera, roll a d6. Where's Silverflame, Tony?
1.
1. Okay, good.
She's in the back also still, farthest back out.
Are you like looking into the room or no?
I would say no. I mean, because I think she's closest to Vera.
Well, Vera
I think
ran.
that's right. Or she did.
Yeah. All the fighters ran in, basically. Or if you could be.
Oh, okay. The other person that was in the far back. Maybe it's your other character, Micah.
Nella Layla is still with you.
Pie is back
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
Grayson's in the back as well. I think Tracy
Yeah,
just run forward.
Just the fighters ran forward, except for in case for both characters. Vera, you see all of a sudden, out of the corner of your eye, you see this, what is to you a terrible, terrible sight. Underneath one of the piles of refuse, you see a yellow glow of light, which you recognize immediately because all elves know this, all elves and dwarves. You recognize as sick rock.
What does that mean to me?
So what it means is you do not want to be anywhere near this thing because it kills people. Just from
Everyone, humans too.
it kills and right. And you quickly you're looking around. You see these guys with the missing fur and stuff, and you quickly relate that this could be, if not 100%, this is the case. I mean, it doesn't instantly kill you, but you definitely don't want to be around it very long. But you immediately see that light, and nobody else sees it because it's a type of radiation that only elves and dwarves see. So
I shout, "Back out of here! That's sick rock!" But I don't give any explanation.
okay,
Would your Shova know what that is?
maybe. Hold on, let's just run through the rest of the combat first. I just want to make sure I got that.
Okay.
Tony, you're attacking.
Yeah. Excuse me. Even if he would have heard Vera shot that, Bane has nothing but murder intent, so he's going to strike down at the one in front of him. And that's going to hit the armor class 5.
Their armor class is 6, so that hits.
Yep, 5 damage with a hand axe.
That kills one. And then you smash into it with your hand axe and like clumps of fur on your, because they're like shedding nasty. And finally we've got Tracy.
Okay. She'll just attack the closest one. She's 2. And let's see. It's the D8. It's a very wild miss with a 5.
Okay. All right, you miss. Okay, so the one that you attack is going to attack you, Tracy. I'm just going to order that way because it's simultaneous. This is all happening.
Yeah.
16. I
AC
think it's gonna hit
4.
you.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
4.
AC 4. Let me see. These guys are hurt, so they take a little bit of a different.
Well, actually, she might not have her shield out because she's probably holding the lantern. So
Yeah, she has a lantern and a.
so
Okay,
5, I
so
suppose. Yeah.
5. Okay, so that hits you.
Okay.
Does 2 points of damage. He scratches you.
Okay, she's down to 2 hit points.
You killed yours.
Killed
too,
one who should be able to still attack, right?
Yep, that's a. What was that? I'm sorry.
We killed one, but we're
Oh, that's right. Even if you killed them, they can still attack. Yes, thank you. I was bringing up the thing. All right, so the one that you killed, or I'm just going to go in order. So there was one that that Tony killed. I'm just going to have that one attack you. 19, so it hits you.
Me?
I get no Antonia. If I sorry, Bane. If I get another 5,
You probably will.
I got a 6.
Yep.
Your character dies.
Sorry, Tony.
He's been lucky so far. So
Yeah.
never D6, huh?
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, 2.
Oh, okay, not bad. Well, it's a 3 though, which means you're stunned, so you lose next action. So you're basically not going to be able to do anything this round. But you know,
henceforth known as Bane the Eternal.
He is.
He's a non-dying character. Okay, so Rush, you the one that you're on is going to attack you, or whatever. With a 12, which I don't think is going to hit. Oh, actually, which one of your cards is attack is the question.
It is, because that's going to make a big difference.
It's going to attack Shova. I don't think it hits you though with a 12. 12 is armor class 6, so it does not hit at Shova. And then one is attacking Liz, who's crazy armor class, so it's probably not going to hit you. Nope, it doesn't. And then finally, one's attacking. Tell me your name again one more time. Carlos.
Athanasius.
Athanasius. Why? That's how it's spelled too. I don't know why I keep.
Think of Nathan. Athanasius.
Athanasius. Yeah. Well, it misses you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. However, Yeshova, the human on the ground. So now all this happens. Like you yelled, that round's over. The human on the ground is definitely still alive, although he looks very. His eyes are like bloodshot, and he reaches out towards you. And we roll initiative. And he says, "Help!
Don't touch him!"
What?
Okay. Who's rolling initiative for us?
Crystal.
2.
Okay. So
Also, whenever you say that name,
Go ahead.
Athanasius, I keep hearing "Ask an Atheist."
You could do that.
My name is Athanasius.
Athanasius.
Athanasius. And Pie's over there laughing at him. It's Athanasius.
So, Yeshova, the gentleman is reaching for you with one hand, and in his other hand he has like a scroll, and he's like, and he says, "Quickly, you must leave," and he tries to hand you the scroll.
Okay.
However, they're going first. So
Sorry,
just
sickness is getting to me too. I was sneezing. Yeah, I'll wait till it's my turn.
Yep. So, Athanasius, you are being attacked by a Mohtar. And it misses you. Liz, you are being attacked by a Mohtar. And it misses you. This one's dead.
By a monitor? Tar?
Mohtar.
Minotaur.
Minotaur?
Mokhtar.
Oh, a Mokhtar. Okay.
Motor.
Not a Minotaur. So not yet. Maybe it's a wandering monster, but I wouldn't put it in the dungeon. Not yet.
I was gonna say I can speak Minotaur, so maybe I could talk to it.
You could. Duval, you're being attacked. Ooh, 15. That hits an AC of 3. So yeah, that definitely hits you. 1 point of damage for Duval. And There's only one more, and is it attacking
I'm sorry, you said 1 point of damage for who?
1 point damage for Dovel.
You mean Donnell?
Donnell.
Oh.
Donnell.
They got to use the bandage.
1 point of damage for Donnell. And finally, Tracy, you are attacked. Oh, that hit you as well, I think. Tracy is a
Just a 5 right now.
AC 5. All right, I got a 16, which hits on +2, so that hits you. And you take 3 points of damage.
She's at -1.
Oh, all right. Roll me a d6.
Here we go. The fun chart. A 2.
So you're stunned. You also can't do anything this turn.
Okay, so I'm just at still at 2 hit points, or
Yeah, you don't lose the extra hit points. Yeah, I should
Right.
probably say that. If everybody hasn't used this chart before, or you forget.
Yeah.
If you have to roll on the chart, you just don't lose the hit points to start off with. At least for now. Well, I might change that someday. Okay, so it is now your turn. However, both Tracy and Bane are both stunned, so you won't be able to do anything. But everybody else can do whatever they're going to do. You definitely see that sick rock. You can see where it is in the corner. The guy's trying to hand you a scroll, and you guys are engaged in combat with these creatures.
Okay.
So somebody want to move?
Well, I have a couple of questions first that will determine what I do. So, since I'm a cleric, when Vera shouted, "Get out of the room, it's Sick Rock," would your Shova know what that is?
Anybody with an intelligence of 10 or more knows what it is.
Okay, well, I've got that.
Or they at least know it's not good. You don't know everything about it, but you definitely know elves stay away from it, and they're afraid of it. You don't know everything why.
Okay.
But yes. Yeah, you would probably know, though. Yeah, as a cleric, actually, you would know, actually. Or you'd at least heard of it, because there is clerical things you can do. Well, not you, but...
So, am I able to quickly judge whether he is beyond being saved?
Try to roll under your int with 3d6.
3d6. All right. So my intelligence is 13. And I rolled at 8.
Yeah, he looks like he's a goner.
He's a goner. Okay. Well,
you feel like there's nothing that you could do, and by the time you brought him any place that something could be done, it would be way too late.
Okay.
Like he's got like minutes to live.
Since I'm completely basically swaddled, other than just those part of my eyes or wherever they're showing, I'll reach down with my shield hand and grab the scroll and take it from him.
Okay, he takes it. He lets go.
Will I be able to do that and swing at the Mokhtar, or is that going to pretty much use my whole action up?
I think that's probably all you could do, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You're also evaluating him and stuff.
So that'll be my action for her. And Donald can still attack when it's his turn.
That's correct. Is anybody going to move, though? Besides grabbing stuff.
Grayson will move.
I'm sorry. Are there any more of these creatures?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Okay, well then I'll move to engage again if I have to.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, Grayson will move to engage.
Okay.
When I'm moving back to the exit, do I pass one, or are they all basically in front of me?
I think they're probably in front of you. Let me just
okay.
I'll make it random because I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you don't actually pass one on the way. The one you engaged was close to the door, basically.
Okay.
But you're leaving, right? You're leaving the room? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Okay, so anybody doing a missile, fire, or a spell?
Pie's gonna fire off his crossbow.
Oh, perfect. Okay, go ahead. There's enough space in there that you can just make a clean attack. There's only one that's been injured. I think it's currently engaged with Dobell.
Either one is a clear shot.
I'm going to Dobell now.
As long as either one is a clear shot with no one in the way, I'm going to go for the injured one.
Yeah, it's big enough for him. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. So I got. Oh. Yeah, I miss.
Okay.
I got
Yeah, you did.
I got 6. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, what do I need? Yeah,
Oh yeah, you need to. Let's see. AC is 6, and you're
I've
gonna
got 8. I've got 8. So if he has a AC of
no. You couldn't hit him with an 8. You're not hitting anybody.
9.
Yeah, you need a 13 to hit him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anybody else is doing melee, right? So I'm just gonna go left to right if that's okay. So no, actually, Vera's not attacking, right? Because you're just leaving. So skip you.
Mhm.
Liz, make your attack, please.
Okay. So how many of these creatures are left?
4.
All right. If I can, I'm gonna go for one that hasn't been hit yet. Since I just killed one with 1 hit and all, I'm feeling fairly confident. So I'm gonna move in to slice one across the chest, but it dodges back just in time. My blade almost hitting its belly, but barely missing. Would have been max damage, but I rolled a 3.
Bummer. Okay. Donnell, you're engaged with one currently. If you'd like to attack it, you can also move. You can do a fighting retreat if you want as well. You don't have to attack.
Did you say his name wrong again?
I don't think so, Donnell.
Okay.
I was saying it Dobell before. Now you think that's right.
Hmm.
I did it down wrong, actually. I have no excuse for your name because I wrote your name right down correctly.
Um, yeah, if he does a fighting retreat, he'll leave your show by herself. So he's gonna attack the one in front of him, and that's a 17.
Nice. He only has 1 hit point, so
Okay,
they're running through.
4.
Nice.
So he's basically just gonna stab it in the guts and watch it go down, and then
Bane is stunned, right? That was this round.
Yeah.
As is Tracy, I think. Right? Both of you guys are stunned. So that's the end of that turn. That's okay. So currently there are 3 standing in the room. 2 of you have left now, I guess. Oh, no, you haven't left yet because you attacked. You have to move. You have to leave first. So the Vera left, but everybody else is still in the room. So let's roll initiative. 3 on their side. Crystal.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that it was me. I was waiting for someone else, and then oh yeah, it's me. 3.
Oh, simultaneous. Okay. So does anybody want to move?
oh yeah, both my characters are gonna start moving toward the exit.
Okay, you can get out the exit.
Grayson as well, and is Tracy's not stunned now?
Tracy is not stunned now, so Tracy, you.
So she's going to start retreating as well.
Okay.
How many Mokhtar are still standing?
There are 3, and none of those 3 have been hurt yet. You killed half of them. I mean, they look pretty sickly, but they haven't been actually hit by you guys.
Yeah, Bane being unstunned now, his intelligence is not good enough to know about what has been told to him, so he stays in the room with his axe.
My intelligence is 18, so I'm very intelligent enough to know what Sickrock is. But my wisdom is a 7, so I'm not wise enough to run away.
She's the engineer type, high intelligence, low common sense.
Cool.
I-
All right.
I was gonna head towards the exit, and he was already still towards the back, and Athanasius is he's gonna start heading back towards there too when he sees everybody leaving, and he's gonna look towards Bane and kind of nod like, "Come on, let's go."
I mean, you could go now if you want. I mean, it's all happening at the same time. If you decide to go because he told you to go, you can do it. That's fine. If not, then you
I'm gonna make me a little test here myself and see if he will.
can want to react because it's all happening simultaneous. So.
No, he just grunts at him, and he's not understanding why people are backing out of a fight, so he stays.
Okay. So there's 2 of you guys still staying in the room, and there's 3 of them. You guys can make your attacks. That would be Liz and Bane.
Ooh, 17 on a die.
Nice.
3 damage.
Okay, that I don't know which one it is. Yep, killed him. And how about Liz?
Liz brings her sword down across this thing's neck this time, hitting it with a modified 20.
Nice.
And as she pulls the sword back and the blood starts to spurt out for 5 points of damage.
That's enough. It kills him.
He looks almost like he's not going to fall at first, like he's going to stand and fight. And then just his eyes just kind of roll back into his head and he just falls over dead.
Okay. The last one runs down that corridor to the south.
Okay, well, so I'm going to say, like, they're retreating and our friends are doing the same. So I suggest we go now.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Have we got any treasure?
Just a scroll.
Everybody who's going back into that other room now, you start to smell something. It smells like fire. Stinky fire.
It smelled worse than it did whenever I first entered the
Yep.
cave. Oh, jeez. I'm gagging.
Yeah, you're starting to get some smoke down towards you. And if you were to peek down the hallway from where you came, you see that somebody has set the pit trap on fire. So it's there's a methane gas fire burning behind you.
Is it on fire in such a way that there's no way for us to get by it?
Not without running through fire.
Awesome.
Would Bane and Liz be able to see this too then, since we've...
Yeah, if you guys run back in the room, actually, as soon as Liz runs back in the room, you hear a voice. Now who are you going to shoot in the back, asshole? And as the smoke wafts down towards you. From the shit smell on fire in the hallway coming from the and they leave.
Awesome.
Oh.
So you're basically looking to the south, and there's a raging inferno of poop. And to your west is that room with the sick rock.
Bane's going to try to run back and chase that one that run down the hallway or whatever. The
Cool. Yeah, you can do it.
cat.
All right. Yeah, you run back into the room, and again, just I'll say because you guys were in the room quickly. If you were to kind of peek in there and take a moment, there's a door to the west, and then to the south is this 10-foot wide corridor. And as you run down, you actually can see you run past on the right hand side like a lever. It's on the wall, and it's kind of in the up position, like it's lifted up, and you can see in front of you. There's like a pit in the floor about 20 feet in front of you, where probably is where he went. And if you were to run up and look down the pit, you can see that there's a set of stairs going down, and above the pit is this like large metal slab, like kind of floating in the air.
That's awesome. And this is in the hallway that laid south?
That's correct.
How far down?
30-foot long hallway. At the end is that metal slab that's floating in the air, and a hole in the floor that leads down to stairs.
Okay.
At the very beginning of the hallway, as you were coming to it from the north, is the lever.
You said the lever?
The lever that's down. It's up right now currently.
And this hallway ends. It doesn't keep like the
That's
stairs
right.
go down. And, okay.
And the stairs going down.
Bane yells back at Liz, "Bring them this way. Bring them this way. We don't need to fire."
And as the call
Out of character, I misunderstand. Bring what way?
I think he means the people.
I said, bring them this way. So
lead the others over to him is what it means, I think.
Okay.
Should have
Sure,
an 18 intelligence, you know what it would mean by Bane's voice.
I guess I'm confused about what the heck is going on right now.
That's good. That's what you
Like,
get.
I'm like,
Essentially, you got two guys in the back for no reason, and they lit your path of escape off in fire. So you're
well, I mean, I get that.
Alright,
But
so we
are
started
the
to walk
cat
down
people
the
running at
hallway.
us right now?
We started to walk this hallway that goes south from this room, and there's stairs that goes down. And Bane is yelling at you, since a bunch of us are still back at the other door, is saying, "Bring them over here to where the hallway leads south from the middle of this 50-foot long room."
Bring who back over that way?
The rest of the party, all of us,
Oh. Okay.
because a bunch of us tried to go back the other way, and we discovered burning poop.
And see, you would have been the closest one to Bane since you and I were in that room together. That's why he's yelling at you.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll bring the party back.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess we all go over to the south hallway.
even the elf.
That's up to the elf.
There's two elves actually, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'll have to walk through that room with the rock if you want to do
Yeah,
that.
we don't have a choice, so.
Well, yeah, because the smoke from the other room starting to fill in the room actually.
Oh.
Okay. All right, sure. So you're in this hallway. So again, it's like about a 30-foot long hallway. It ends in a dead end, floating above this, probably like 8 feet above. So it's not quite ceiling. Above this this stairway going down is a 10-foot square metal slab, or about 8-foot square, we'll say. And there's stairs going down. It is dark down there, but you do have lanterns and stuff. So, what would you like to do?
Move quickly. I mean, I don't want to suffocate here.
I also don't want to be near the sick rock any more than we have to.
Yeah, so you pass by it, and okay, are you going to go down the stairs?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Down the stairs you go. Da-da-da.
Pie will head with them too.
Okay. Is everybody in their normal marching orders currently, though, just to make my life
Say
easy?
yes.
It's 2 wide or 1 wide on this.
You can go 2 wide. Let me just make
Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 feet. You can go 2 wide. Everything in this one's 10 feet wide. They're keeping it simple. Okay, so you start to come down with your lanterns, and you kind of shine down. And this is more like a cave, a lot less like remember, all the other walls were kind of well hewn and stuff. This is about a 40-foot wide by about 30-foot deep. So north-south is about 30 feet, 40 feet east-west. But it's not exactly square. It's got indents and stuff. It's a cave. You see a person, a man, laying on the floor, and you're kind of looking at him, and he looks kind of purple and like almost like he's suffocated or something. And he's like sitting there, apparently dead. And you also see the one sick Mohtar who's all the ways in the back corner, kind of afraid. He's like as far away from you as he possibly can be, and he's looking right at you. Like you kind of shine your lantern, and he's looking at you, and you can see like his hair's dropping out and stuff. So, I guess the first people down the stairs are Liz and Bane. What do you want to do when you see this? You also see a very large chest in the opposite corner. So in the south, just to give you some directions, in the south east corner is a very large chest. In the dead center of the room is the body, and in the southwest corner is the Mohtar.
How big?
Bane charges the Mohtar.
Okay.
How big is this room again?
It's about 40 feet wide by about 30 feet deep. So east-west 40, north-south 30. But again, it's not perfectly rectangular. It's more round than it is rectangular, but you get the general gist.
Yep.
Okay, you charge the Mochar? Cool. Well, how about Liz? You're also in the front row.
I'm gonna see if I'm seeing my friend charge the Mochar. I'm just gonna support him. Like I'm not
Okay.
like I mean, if I could get to the Mochar, I'll try to attack as well. But mostly, I'm gonna let him have it.
All right, you can both run to it if you want.
Like if he misses or something, then I'll come up and try and finish the Mochar or whatever.
Okay, you can totally do that. Okay, so what's everybody else doing? You see your two fighters run towards this Mochar. So I guess Tracy and Shiva are the next ones down the stairs. It's all kind of happening at once, but you see a chest, you see the Mochar, you see your friends running to the Mochar.
Um,
And you see a body in the center of the floor too.
We don't know where the exit is.
You don't see an exit.
What?
You definitely do not see an exit.
well, I guess your Shova would move into the room, and I guess I will have already put the scroll into its own sack in my backpack,
Okay.
and then probably move in to support Bane as he goes in after this last of the Mokhtar.
Cool. Is anybody else running towards the Mochar?
Tracy, I think, yeah.
Okay.
I would shout, ask him for an exit first.
We're definitely not listening to her.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That wisdom of 7 again.
Okay. So as you run towards the Mochar, you are surprised that two giant spiders drop from the ceiling.
Oh, hell.
No.
So glad I ran
It was nice knowing you, Tony.
So,
His luck just ran out.
so the four of
Beside
you,
you.
so the four of you running towards, right? I'll roll a d4, see who they attack.
I know who it's going to be.
There we go. Number 1. So it's going to be Liz, Bane, Tracy, Yeshova, because that's the order I have them here. First one, Liz. Second one, Bane. Yep. Tony got one
I
spider.
knew it. I knew it.
Every time there's a spider on you. All right. So these big 5-foot wide spiders drop from the ceiling. Let's see. Surprising on a roll 1 through 4. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see. They are 2 hit dice. So let's see if they get you. So Liz first. 17. I don't think so because you're 0 AC, right? So they're 2 hit dice. 17 hits 1. So just misses you. And Bane. 5, which misses. Both spiders drop from the ceiling, and surprisingly, even though you were surprised, they miss you. So you are engaged now with 2 spiders. You didn't quite get to the Mochar. So let's roll initiative. And since who hasn't rolled initiative yet? Rush. Right? What's my die? Awesome.
I got a 1.
And I got a 6. All right. I'm gonna say they're flying a round spell roll again randomly to see who they attack until they hit somebody. 3 that time, so Tracy and Liz. All right, so Tracy. 11.
Bring it on.
That hits an AC 7, so that misses you.
Yep.
And Liz misses. Okay, boom. These spiders are terrible at attacking. Luckily for you guys, they do just get 1 attack, right? Yep. All right, so what do you want to do? There's 2 giant spiders down here, and everybody can see them, of course, at this point. Anybody gonna move?
Oh.
Missile attacks, spells.
Are the 4 of us already in there far enough?
Yeah, the 4 of you are already fighting the spiders here.
That's
Missile attacks.
going to come to try to defend his companions.
Okay.
Yeah, Silver Flame would do a missile if we're able to from the back.
Yeah, they're big. You can shoot a missile at them with no penalty. Or everybody's like scattered out, so you can do that.
Ooh, 20 on the die, so I know that's a hit.
That definitely hits.
3 damage at one of the spiders.
Nice. Okay, so I know this. I don't have to think about it anymore. Let's see how many hit points they have. 3, you said, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, okay. Which one did you hit? The second one. You hit the smaller of the spiders, and that seemed to have done a decent amount of damage. Anybody else doing a missile fire or a spell? No, right? Okay, so we'll just go middle. I'm just going to go left to right to make it easier for me. So, Athanasius.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, closer, right?
Athanasius.
Athanasius. Athanasius. Not Antha. Atha.
I'm going to come in with my battle axe and try to squash one of these spiders on its ass end. Just cleave it in half.
Nice. Go for it.
And I got 13.
13. Their AC is 7. So you need a 12. So that hits. Give me some damage.
Oh, shoot. What's the damage for the battle axe? I think it's a...
Probably D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a D8, I believe.
Yep.
Got a 4.
Nice. Okay, since you didn't say, I'll randomly see which one you hit. You hit the one that also got the arrow in it, which was enough to kill it, actually. So you come in, and the arrow hits it just as you swing down with your thing, and together you slay the beast. There's still one more, though. So, Vira.
Does Liz get to attack? Or?
Vera.
You said Vera. Vera.
Vira.
I would shout to the cat man, we will get you out of here if you show us the exit.
He nods.
Just hoping.
Vigorously.
Okay. And I shout, spare him! Go for the spiders!
Do you want to attack as well, or are you just going to yell?
No.
Okay. And now Liz.
Okay. Sorry. I got a total of 14 on the roll.
That should hit. These guys need a 12. Yep.
Okay. And so as my sword comes down on its abdomen, I hit it for 7 points of damage.
Nice. That does it.
Oh, actually, it's a total of 9.
Wow. Okay. That does a lot of damage to it. It is still standing, though. And let's see. Yes, Shiva.
Of course, it hasn't died yet. It hasn't killed Bane.
Nope, not yet.
So Yeshurba takes a swing and got a 10, so I'm pretty sure I missed.
That does not hit. You need a 12. Bane. The Slayer
This spider, you hear Bane, he screams out, Hawkwind, Dredge, I will avenge you. I will not join you in the Hall of Heroes. He runs towards the spider with his hand axe. All right, 18 on the die.
There you go.
6 damage, 5 plus 1, 6 damage.
Oh, man. Yeah, you hit this thing right in the head with the axe, and it kind of struggles a little bit, and as you pull the axe out, it falls to the ground dead.
Yes!
The Mohtar growls a little bit and starts running for the stairs, pointing.
Follow him. Well, let him be.
Yeah. There is a, like I say, a chest in here and also a dead body.
Chest.
You're going to follow him, though?
How heavy, or is it like big, like not carryable, or what is it?
You would think it would probably take 2 people to carry it. I mean, one person could probably lift it.
I have strength. Oh, both of my characters actually have 16 strength, so I go for the chest, and I and myself, we carry the chest.
Okay, so you run up and grab the chest, and you go to lift it, and it is much heavier than you think it should be.
Fuck.
Hi's
I mean,
gonna,
you can lift it, but it's very heavy.
Hi's gonna come over to help her, but he wants to check. I want to check if there's any traps on the chest.
Okay. Yeah, they pick it up and then put it back down, and you go check it. It looks like the latch where the lock would be has been smashed off. Yes, Rush.
Is he making his way to the stairs, or he's already at the stairs?
He ran for him. I mean, she said you'd let him go if he shows you really out. So
yeah, but he started running.
Yeah, he's running right now during this period. Yeah. You could do something if you want, because you haven't not done anything.
Yeah, because there's a lever at the top of the stairs with a big slab on top of the staircase, and that's my concern. So, am I able to like dive and try to like sweep his legs and trip him or something?
An attack.
Yes.
Sweep the leg.
And as she goes, well, you've seen like soccer players while they like clip you from the back. I'm gonna try to do that, but I'm gonna shout, "There's a lever at the top of the stairs." And then I'm gonna try and sweep his leg. So she gets this time gets a 12.
12 hits AC 7. He is AC 6, I think. Just misses him.
Well, that was embarrassing looking, I'm sure.
Yeah, so you charge at him. You guys are running towards the treasure. He runs up the stairs, unless somebody else wants to try to stop him.
What about we've already had our actions all except did Mail? Did you do anything, Mail?
I don't think Pi has done. No, Pi was heading towards the thing. Grayson hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Silverflame hasn't done anything.
Grayson
Pi check. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, Pi checked the chest, and Athanasius hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't go. That was the last round that you killed the spider. So yeah, you can go if you want.
Well, he'll give chase to.
You want to try to stop it before it gets to the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that would be great.
Athanasius is going to do that. He sees. He notices now and gives chase and comes from behind and completely misses. He drops his axe.
Now we all become the Three Stooges.
What about Silverflame?
Oh, she has another chance. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. If he's running up the stairs by her, she's going to try to conk him in the head with her quarterstaff.
Yep, she hasn't gone yet. Neither has Melalibra.
No, she's carrying the chest.
Oh, that's
good
Melalibra.
Lord. Don't even ask what I rolled.
Okay, how about Donnell? He hasn't done anything either.
Yeah, I guess he's going to take a shot at it. So he's just going to try and tackle him because if I hit him with a sword, he can just keep running. So he's going to dive at his legs.
Oh, you want to do a grapple?
Well, I mean, would that make better sense, or just try and like shoulder block him? I mean, I'm asking because I generally don't know.
Yep, if you make an attack, you can trip him, or you could do the grappling. You want to do the grappling rules?
Well, I mean, if I can trip him up and get him down on the ground, that's just as good.
Okay, he's actually very weak. So.
Okay, well, let's just try and trip him. All right, here we go. Now, that time, I got a 16.
Okay, that hits him. If you do at least 3 points of damage, you took him down.
And 3 points? Okay.
That won't kill him, but that'll be enough to knock him down.
Well, I rolled a 6 on a D8.
That actually kills him. Okay, good. Yeah, you run him and he falls to the ground.
Yep. As he gets to the bottom of the stairs, just...
Yep. So yeah, the chest is quite heavy when you go to pick it up, and when you check the latch there, Pi, it's broken off. So there's no there's no lock or anything to really check.
So
okay, well,
ornately carved from wood.
Okay, so when I see that it's not a trap, I'll just offer to help. Vera, I'll look to Vera and say, "Would you like me to help you carry this fine chest?"
Yeah, I mean, we're already two, but if there is a possibility for him to grab a handle, sure.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you can get it up the stairs anyways. The thing is, it weighs 2,000 coins, plus that's something in it.
Might be able to look in it and see if there's something big, heavy, and useless that we can just take out of it.
Yeah, I can even stick some of the coins in my sack,
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying it could mitigate some of the...
Oh, wait.
Wait,
He's already inside. He's already creeping it open with his fingers and peeking inside.
Yeah, Grayson's standing like peering over his shoulder. His eyes are huge.
So when you pick it up and you start to look into it, you notice something kind of unusual. The chest is made out of wood for sure, but as soon as you start to open it, you see that there's actually another box inside, for lack of a better word, that is 1 inch thick lead.
Oh, nice.
And so basically it's lined with lead 1 inch thick, and there's also a bunch of gold in there. And yeah. And oh, since you're standing right there, fuck, I forgot your name.
Athanasius?
No, Avila. You would know as an elf that lead blocks sick rock.
Don't open it. It could be sick rock.
Well, no, it's not. You opened it. And it's not in there.
Yeah, the chest is looking really heavy. I don't know.
I mean, it has 800 or so coins in it, plus the chest itself is heavy, but the chest itself can, it is, you know, I mean, it's probably valuable because it's lead, but it's not as valuable as gold, obviously.
So, but we already did look inside the lead box and saw that it was empty.
That's right. The lead part of the chest is empty.
Okay.
The rest of the chest has gold in it.
So, you're, well, Vera's the only one who would, the elves would be the only one who know that you can put sick rock in there, right?
Yeah, probably just the elves.
Okay. Well,
you know, maybe the cleric would know. No, just elves. Elves are a magic user, maybe.
Okay. In that case, I'll just apologize to Vera for killing, or for having Donald kill the damn it, I keep forgetting their names.
Yeah, the cat.
Mohtars. I was afraid he was going to pull the lever and trap us down here.
I just nod.
And she seems to be very sheepish. Like,
You said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The chest is very ornate in and of itself and probably has some value. There's definitely coins inside. And of course it has value because of the lead. It's like lead lined, basically. Otherwise, let me just check it. What's anything else in here? Just broken away. Yeah, and the rest of it just has just some coins, like some bags of coins.
You said that an elf or a magic user could know that lead blocks sick rock.
Correct.
Yeah, magic user might know as well.
Did the elves say anything about that?
No.
Yeah, I would. God damn it. Yeah, I would really fast explain that it probably was in there.
Yoshova would ask, how long can a person touch a piece of sick rock before?
Would I know that?
An elf would. Okay, so the elf would say you shouldn't touch it at all because it's in your culture.
Okay.
The magic user though would or the cleric might know that you can touch it for a little bit, like a minute. Probably won't kill you. Probably won't kill you. It's extended exposure that would hurt you.
Do we need to roll under our intelligence to see if we can know that, or
you have to roll under your intelligence with 3d6.
All right, I'll have Lucy roll under.
But the
yeah, Lucy rolled under. So Lucy would say, despite the superstition of some here, you can actually touch sick rock for a little while. It's the prolonged exposure that will kill you, not a short time.
Do you think we should put the rock inside of the box?
I'm sure that sick rock could be very valuable for some. I'm not sure. I know, or would Lucy know if
you only like probably really no, like really fucked up evil people might use it for something, but you wouldn't know of any use for it because it's literally rock. Like probably some wizard. I mean, it probably does have value too. It depends on. I mean, you shot somebody in the back, so maybe you think that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are. Oh, and she's chaotic alignment too, so she'll definitely have no problem. I'm sure that this would definitely have value to some people. I'm sure we could find a buyer out in the world somewhere.
I think you should bury it, and I wish no part of it. But if you do as you must.
Well, I can't say for sure how much we could even get for it. And may not even be worth our time. Might be worth more just to sell that lead box by itself.
Bane is walking back up the stairs
Yeah,
to
you're starting to smell
make
smoke.
sure. Well, and also to make sure nothing's coming to close that lever.
Nothing has come yet. No.
I'm gonna send Tracy to go stand with Bane and just have some more muscle in that direction.
Okay.
Um,
You're at the top of the stairs, right?
the-
Watching the lever.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're starting to see the room get a little bit of smoke in it from the fire, the poop fire.
your Shova's
getting
going
the
to start.
smoke.
Your Shova will start searching the little cavern room to see if there's any kind of an exit.
Okay. All right, you spend 10 minutes doing that. It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is underground, like separate from the rest.
Okay.
Can we not head back upstairs where we were a while ago?
It's starting to fill up with smoke up there, especially now you spend time searching around this room.
Okay.
But yeah, you can certainly go back up there.
Okay, never mind.
Got to get out, so that's the only way to go. We may have to run through fire and hope we don't burn.
I was going to grab 2 of the sacks of coins real quick, and he's going to let one of them drop down his sleeve, and then he's going to put the other one back, like if he didn't even, he was just checking it out.
Okay.
Aren't the coins all in the box?
There's some stacks of coins that are in the box, yeah.
No.
You could probably work out that the coins were in sacks and then they were thrown into the box. It's not like a chest full of gold. It's more like a chest with sacks in it.
I got you.
Yeah.
He grabbed 2 with one hand, and then he let one of them just kind of like drop down his sleeve, and then he put the other one back. He was just seeing how much was in it.
Yeah. All right. I don't see why you couldn't do that while you're doing everybody's searching around stuff. So what do you guys want to do? You got some poopy smell, you got some sick rock, and you've got a treasure chest that weighs a lot.
Well, are we going to even mess with the sick rock, or are we just going to leave it here and just take the chest? That should
We
be,
would have to go back. So
we got to go buy the sick rock anyway, but the question is, do you want to mess with it or just,
why do we have to go buy it?
well, how else are we going to get out?
You do have to go past it once more time.
Yeah. We have to go through the room that's got the sick
Okay.
get back to the
Yeah,
entrance.
no choice.
Yeah, and then there's the way that you came, which is got a big fire pit now, or there's a door that you haven't gone through. I mean, you could get across the fire. You're just going to take damage.
Okay, where's the door we haven't gone through? I missed
There,
that.
in the room that is. Hold on, I'm going to find my map again. It's in the room with the sick rock. That room on the west wall.
Okay, I heard the tunnel south. I didn't hear about the west wall door.
Yeah, there's a door there as well.
All right, cool.
There's one door, a wooden door.
Well, we can try that.
Yeah, this room, the 2 people that are standing guard at the top of the stairs are starting to see that it's really getting pretty dense smoke in there. It's pretty bad.
Isn't there like a second room up ahead though, past the sick rock?
Yeah. All right. So here's how it should work. If the fire is burning where we came in the entrance, if somebody can get, so if you go north from the fire, there's the 20 by 20 room and there's a door. If somebody goes and shuts that door, and then we go into the big room that had the sick rock and go through the door on the west and we shut that door, given the fact that the fire is burning right near the entrance, that should keep the whole inside of the place from filling up with smoke. Because the smoke should, half of the smoke should go right back out the entrance, and it'll be very difficult for it to make its way through two closed doors. Just the physics of fire.
Yeah,
So
assuming
that
that there's
would
not
be
a
the
vent.
safest way for us to go.
Assuming there's not a vent further into the thing.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying, assuming there's not.
Yeah. Based on the knowledge we have.
Yeah.
That would be the safest way for us to go.
Okay, then let's do it. No need standing around here all day.
Okay, so you're going to go back up. Are you leaving the chest, or are you taking it with you? Carrying the chest is going to require 2 people with both of their hands carrying it, and they're going to be moving at the minimum speed.
Yeah, my characters can carry it.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. All right, so up the stairs you go, and you're going to go to that door. What's the plan to go through the door? You're just going to bust it open?
I say we kick it.
You kick it? Nice. It's always good to have a good kicked open door.
Gotta have at least one per game.
Yeah, all right, you can kick the door open. You should probably roll an open doors if you want to kick it.
Ah.
If anyone has any objections, I won't. But I
Seems
think
like
might kick the door.
seems like the perfect thing to do.
Do it. Kick the door open.
I think we're in kind of a trying to get out of there. So 2. God damn it.
Perfect.
Oh, that worked.
So yeah, it should be fine. It's a weak door. I was going to give you a 1 or a 2 instead of just a 1.
Okay.
But you kick the door open, and you see a Mohtar, a big one, but he's laying on the floor, apparently dead. He's missing big clumps of hair. He is wearing a gold necklace, and he has a little belt pouch. And you're looking. It looks like it probably might be like his room or something, because you got like piles of furs and stuff where probably he's sleeping, and some other random like bones and shit.
Okay. I should have. Can I state an action as we were moving through the big room?
That's
Before
fine.
we kick the door open. Sorry.
Yeah.
So while they're moving at minimum speed, I've got like 3 small sacks.
Mhm.
One of them I used for the scroll, so I'm going to take one of the small sacks and I'm going to scoop up the sick rock into the sack, and I'm going to walk over to the chest and open the lead box and stuff it inside and shut the lead box.
Okay.
That's allowable.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you definitely can do that. Sure. And once it's inside the chest and it's closed, you no longer see the elves. No longer see the glow from it. It's definitely blocking it. Of course, now you have an elf carrying the chest with the sick rock in it, which probably she's probably not liking that. But right now, you don't see any glow from it. Okay, and you're going to that other room where the dead Mohtars.
I guess that's what. Yeah, I'm following the rest of the party.
Okay. That's everybody's done.
Yeah, calling it.
Okay. Yeah, so he's in there. He's dead. I mean, he looks pretty bad. Like, again, missing fur, like bloodshot eyes. He's like I say, he's wearing a gold necklace. He has a belt pouch. Otherwise, there's no weapons or anything in here. It's mostly just like what looks to be his like personal effects. So like maybe some furs, if you were cold, but nothing it's all ratty and kind of junky. Nothing really is very good.
Bane reaches down and just jerks the necklace off of his, just rips it off his neck.
Nice. You now have a necklace. It's gold.
Yeah, that's probably worth something.
I'm gonna shut the door as soon as we get in there.
Or yeah, I see you're doing that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, you can wait it out, I suppose. If that's what you want to do. After a while, the poop will probably burn out.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say that works. That seemed like a well thought out plan. You're probably going to spend the night here, let's say, just to be safe. You can certainly jam the extra furs and stuff around the door if you want to keep the smoke out. And I'll say that you can pass the night without any kind of problem. Okay, so and the sick rock doesn't seem to glow through the chest. It seems like it's safe, as far as you can tell. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Well, I have to be outside. Oh no, never mind. Dude.
You don't have spells yet. Yeah, she'd have to be outside.
Just try and make Donald. I think Donald is the only one who's really injured, right? My
I'm not
computer.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any injury.
Tracy's hurt, but I mean, she only has 4 hit points total. She's about
Well,
5 right now.
I'll tend to both Tracy and Donald and try and make them as comfortable as possible.
Cool.
I'll bandage Tracy if she hasn't been bandaged. Has Tracy been bandaged yet for the wound she's got?
No.
All right, so I'll bandage her just in case.
Awesome. Thank you.
Liz will also bandage herself for the wound that she received earlier.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, so you can basically, I think the elves need to be outside in order to get their spells back, so an elf can't get their spell back. If you're going to
What about our Scion?
the Sonic can get it back if he rests, and the magic user can relearn.
Okay,
Have
cool.
your book with you, which I'm assuming you probably do. So I guess this is the point. You probably have everything with you. So yeah, you can do all that. You're not gonna be able to heal any natural healing though, because it's not very comfortable in here. But yeah, let's say you spend the night and then you check in the morning, and the smoke seems to has let up enough that you feel safe. Like the fire probably went out. It's still lingering in the air and it still smells. And there's dead bodies everywhere. But if you were to kind of explore back, the fire's out, or at the very least, it's kind of like just like barely burning at the bottom of the pit, and you could easily get back out if you want. Did you want to look at that scroll?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so the scroll. So I guess you had time too, so you're probably sitting there. So there was 800 gold pieces.
Nice.
Actually, there was 743 gold pieces. There was 57 gold pieces in somebody's pocket. Make sure to make that note. Yeah, you got the chest with lead. You got the piece of sick rock. The scroll, as it would be, is a map. A treasure map, if you would. Of course, I closed the page now that I just found it. So it is indeed a map. It looks to be, because you guys are fairly familiar with this area, a map that leads up the side of Mount Rendon.
Mount Rendon?
Yep. Okay. You know that Mount Rendon is it's a fairly dangerous area. It's a little bit further to the west in the wilderness. There is an old fort or of some sort at the top, and this map seems to bring you almost to the top of the fort, marking it as a entrance to a treasure stash, and written in handwriting relatively recently on the map are the words, or the phrase, "Sick rock is the key."
So I call over the two elves, which would be Vera and, is it Liz? Is Liz the other elf?
No, Silver Flame.
Silverflame. Sorry. I call over the two elves and show them the phrase and ask them, what do they think of that?
What do you think of that?
What could it be the key to?
Would we have any?
Danger.
No, you would never. It doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense to you in the lore of the sick rock.
Does it look as though it's been handwritten by, like, is the handwriting look like it would have been written by someone like a human, or does it look like it's scrawled from one of the Mohtars?
No, it looks like human writing.
So somebody not a Mohtar wrote that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Daniel.
Somebody recently did fine penmanship.
Fine penmanship, okay.
If Lucy heard her, like, would she have an opinion at all,
I
or
don't know if you do. Any opinion that you have is your own.
I wouldn't have kept it like a secret, but I would have. I know the elves know a lot about sick rock.
There's
So
nothing in the lore of Sick Rock that makes any sense to you.
Okay.
You can speculate what it means, but there's not lore for it.
Is this the map? Is the map fairly? Oh, excuse me.
The map is
Right, but is it fairly detailed or?
it's detailed enough. I mean, you
Okay,
can
so
clearly
easy
see where
to
it's going.
follow.
Yeah, you could follow it.
Easy to follow. Okay.
I mean, the map looks very old, so you would suspect that possibly whatever landmarks or whatever might not be super accurate, but generally speaking, you should be able to follow it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably blazing up a trail that isn't used much anymore, you would imagine.
Penmanship on it looks new.
But the penmanship on it is definitely new.
Okay. So I would roll it back up again and put it back in my pack and I don't know. I would probably, through the night before I tried to lay down and sleep, I'd probably try to, I don't know. That's the only thing there is just the map and then that writing, nothing else that I can see. No, nothing else worth studying.
That's correct.
Okay.
I mean, you study the map long enough to know that where it is. You know, I mean, it's marked Mount Rendon, and probably between the 12 of you, you know the mountain, maybe not, you know, in different levels of it. And you know that it's actually a fairly dangerous wilderness to trek out there, and that's why people stay away from it. And there is a fort on the top, and this seems to be where the map's going.
So,
and there's a mark for where like an entrance should be.
all right. So your Shova would say, I think we should rest and get this coin and this map out of here and get back to town and decide what we wish to do.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. Norval Tracy.
Donald would suggest that we, in order, instead of trying to haul this chest, going ahead and splitting the coins up now. And that way, if we want to haul anything, if we want to haul the lead box, we can, but it would be much easier.
Now, let me just make that clear. Sorry if it's confusing. The chest is the lead box. The interior of the chest is lined with the. Yeah.
I see. I thought it was a. Okay, I thought it was a chest with a lead box inside the chest.
No. Well, it is, but it's built into the chest. It was basically when you open the chest, the interior part of it is lead box.
I gotcha. Okay.
So it's not any smaller. It'd be easier to carry it as a chest than it would be as a lead box.
Okay.
Because it's almost the same size. Yeah.
Then still,
I thought
she would suggest divvying the coins out to everyone now, which were, if we choose to carry the box with the sick rock out, it would be much easier on them if they are not weighted down by the coins that each of us could carry.
That is certainly true.
And she's kind of asking the whole party what they think of that.
yeah, I mean, if we can go ahead and get our split and everything, why not?
Yeah, Grayson.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, also, I guess if you were to check that, I mean, you were there all night, so you probably checked. He, on his belt pouch,
Yeah.
just to make my math easier, he had, what did I say? So 60, he had 57 gold. So it ends up in the end that you got 800 gold.
Okay.
So you have 800 split between the six of you. And then you pay your henchmen separately.
Well, I don't know what's happened, but my start button has ceased to work, so I can't get to my freaking calculator.
It'll be 133. So
Thank you. I did it 6 ways. Did you do it 6 ways? Okay.
yeah, 6 ways, right?
That way each person can decide how they want to divide it between their 2 characters.
Yeah, well, most of the henchmen should be getting 20% unless you have a special deal with them.
Right.
That's generally a typical henchman pay. You can also remember, though, that you need to take your Well, actually, we can cut there. That way the people online don't have to watch. Well, maybe they want to watch. I don't know. You need to spend for. You can get back to town, no problem. That's not going to be an issue. You need to spend 11%, because you each have one henchman. 11% of your take is going to be your living expenses till next session. So subtract that from that. You still get experience points for all the money, though. So keep track of the experience points first.
That's 11% for both of them or each?
Well, no, 11% total. 10% plus 1% per henchman.
I got you.
What percent per henchman? Sorry.
1% per henchman. That's
1%,
like minimum living expenses. I mean, you can do more if you want. So whatever. That'll be the same for everybody because everybody has the same amount of henchmen. You can also, if you want, you can choose to live it up to gain extra XP. You might not want to do that because you don't have that much money right now.
Well, 13 gold ought to be living pretty good.
In these parts,
You can spend extra gold to carouse, but
Yes, but I'm talking about just for the basic living. 13 gold, that's pretty damn good living.
that's because adventurers, when you have the money, you spend it. That's how life is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the rest of it you can spend any way you want. You get experience for all of it, though. Make sure everybody adds their extra percentage if you get it for your prime requisite being high. But actually, I'll give you. I'll put XP in the event because I have to look it up for the monsters.
Okay.
So, so don't worry about you can split the gold now, do whatever you want. But I'll give you guys XP. I'll put it in the. Actually, I'll put it in the Facebook group.
All right.
Okay.
And then we'll just we add our prime requisite percentage to whatever you post.
So I'm going to give you the flat amount, and then you can add that to that. Yep. And if you get anything extra, like you did the mapping, so you're going to get extra this time. That'll be a total. So if you get 10% extra and you have 10%, that's 20%.
Okay.
Not 10 and then 10 again. That would be weird math.
Gotcha.
Makes sense. You also have a shotgun, which I'm considering like a magic item, so you don't get XP for that, but you have a shotgun, which is very valuable.
Yes.
And it has 2 shells. Cool. All right. So you're back at the shitty town for now until next session. I'll cut the live thing. That went pretty well, I think.
Yeah, thanks so much for running, man.